The Celtics and the Hawks sold me, Jalen.
The Celtics and the Hawks.
Y'all, we'll get to the Celtics and the Hawks and the Kings and the Pistons and everybody else. But it is the trade deadline right now. The trade deadline ends at 3 Eastern, 12 Pacific.
4 hours.
So all show, you're going to be hearing this. Whoa. But as of right now, the first trade we got to talk about that I think is the most glaring is the Oklahoma City Thunder have got their hands a little dirty in the trade market. Gordon Hayward is on his way to OKC for Trey Man.
That's what I said, Ox.
It's a weird trade. It's a weird trade. It's a weird trade. I don't get it.
So
that's what I said.
Like that trade?
That's what I said.
Is it you want a vet in the locker room? Maybe, but I feel like there's better vets than Gordon Hayward out there who have done more in the playoffs. Respect Gordon Hayward, no. But I just think they need a big man more. It's just weird. I don't think they need any more offense necessarily, especially his offense. It's just weird, the Gordon Hayward thing.
Mars, how do you feel about this trade?
I mean, if it's for Trey Man and Davis Bertans, it's a good trade. I don't see the problem. It's an expiring contract, so if it doesn't work out, you're not obligated to anything. Davis Bertans, I think his contract is still on for next year, so you get off of that. Trey Man is, of all of OKC's young pieces, probably the least valuable at this point. Not saying he's bad, but probably the least valuable. And Gordon Hayward in a limited role off the bench, an extra scoring punch. Now you don't have to have a certain someone in the closing lineups. You have floor spacing out there. I mean, there's some.
Who's that certain someone, Mars? Who you talking about? That certain someone. Who you talking about?
Number three. You don't have to close with him now. You don't have to close with him now. You get someone else. So I mean, I think it's a fine trade. I'm not like, oh, this makes them the favorites in the West or anything, but it's a good trade. I think it improves them, even if it's slightly.
Chill, what's up? How do you feel about it?
I don't think it does anything for them. I can appreciate the vet logic. I can appreciate the salary dump. That helps, but it doesn't help the glaring need that they have. I watched them a couple of nights ago against Utah. They got destroyed on the backboard. They're at the bottom of the league and giving up offensive rebounds. They give up the second most offensive rebounds in the league. They're in the bottom 5 in the league in total rebounds they give up. That's a need that they have not addressed. And Gordon Hayward, sure, I can appreciate the money logic. I can appreciate the vet, but they have a glaring need. They need a big body, and they don't have that. And Gordon Hayward does not fix that. He doesn't.
And Ox and Jalen, you guys aren't fans of this trade.
I mean, I just think they could have done something else. Like I said, it's not a needle mover. I don't think it changes their trajectory. Does it help them win a playoff series? No. I mean, you mentioned obviously the expiring contract. That's fine. If David Bertans has an extra year after this, I get that logic. It's just, I just think there's another play you could have got that could have helped this team more so now and address their weaknesses.
Mm-hmm.
And Ox, your response to this is so.
Still my response.
Okay.
I mean, it's not a negative. It's not a negative trade. Like, I'm not tripping, but I don't think it's going. Gordon don't got it no more, so don't really do nothing like that. Like, Bertans, I mean, still shoot. It's not a big deal, Ryan.
That's it.
I personally like the trade for OKC.
I'm with Ox on this. So,
when's the last time Gordon Hayward played?
Earlier this year.
Because I haven't seen Gordon Hayward in a long time.
So let's rephrase the question, Mars. When's the last time Gordon Hayward's been effective? How about that?
For what it's worth, I don't think he was bad when he did play.
I don't either. Mm-hmm. When I've seen Gordon Hayward play, he's looked all right.
I'm talking about the Gordon Hayward when.
Oh no!
Utah Gordon Hayward gone.
That Gordon Hayward.
No, not that dude. No, not that dude.
Gordon Hayward was extinct when the first game of the 17-18 season. Unfortunately.
Well, they were actually pretty good when he was in Charlotte, and I think they were at one point they were a 5 or 6 seed, and then he got hurt, and then they went in the tank, and then it kind of snowballed after that with him. So with that being said, Gordon Hayward has been going the other way ever since then. But ultimately, like Big Op said, so
yeah.
I think the way Brandon Miller's been playing Bridges, they're like, all right, it's time to just kind of give Brandon Miller all the minutes. let Bridges have a bigger role and just move on from Gordon Hayward too.
Well, Bridges has already said, Jalen, that it's already been documented. He's vetoing any trade because he's not interested in getting traded. But the good thing is that he comes off the books after this year. That's the good thing.
Who said that, Chitchat?
It was Bridges.
So Bridges, does he have a no trade clause, or what
Yes,
is he saying?
Yeah, he does. He has a no trade clause. Yes, so he's vetoing trades. So if you're talking about moving, you're not just shipping him to New York. Nah,
he's gonna get paid though. The way he's been hooping recently, he's gonna get paid.
He would have been paid, Jalen, if he'd keep his damn hands to himself.
If he wasn't goofy, Big Ox, is that what you're trying to say?
If he wasn't an idiot, he would have been got that money.
Keep your hands to yourself, chat. Yeah. Keep your hands to yourself.
They were getting ready to offer him a crazy bag.
Yeah.
He actually bet on himself. That was true. He bet on him. Jordan offered him, I think, like $60 million. He was like, "Nah, Mike, you hold on to that $60 million. I'm gonna go out here and I'm gonna see if I can do better." And he did. But then, to Ox's point, he out here smacking around his lady, and no, that throws a monkey wrench in everything that we doing. Everything.
Yeah, Miles Bridges has been very effective this year, averaging, I think, 21 points, something along those lines. But this is the first time we've seen him average 20. He's done it for the last couple seasons that he has played. I'm going to lean heavily on Woj this episode, but I do have a snippet of him speaking on Miles Bridges and Kyle Kuzma as well. He's somebody that's hot on the trade deadline. So y'all feast your ears on this.
Trade deadline is just hours away. We have our senior NBA insight, Adrian Wojnarowski, going to be part of that special 1 p.m. Eastern on ESPN, the trade deadline special. Normally, we're asking you who's on the move. I think this year maybe it's trending in the direction of who's not going anywhere. What can you tell us about it? Who's staying put today?
Randy, Miles Bridges in Charlotte. This is a player who just had 40-point games for the Hornets. Now, they are headed really into a reshaping of this roster. But the expectation is with him going into free agency, it's going to include him. Charlotte wants to re-sign him this summer. They had talked with a number of teams, but I'm told this morning that Miles Bridges is very likely to remain in Charlotte through the deadline today. And Kyle Kuzma with the Washington Wizards, they were engaged with the Dallas Mavericks yesterday in trade talks, but Michael Winger, Will Dawkins, and that Washington front office, they want to keep Kyle Kuzma. They value him. Now, perhaps that's one they re-engage with this summer, but expect Kyle Kuzma to remain in D.C. He'll be a valuable trade asset whenever they decide during this rebuild, perhaps, to move on and see what they could get for him.
All right, there we have it, fellas. As Chill had already said, Miles Bridges looks like he's staying, and Kyle Kuzma is looking like they're unwilling to part ways with him at the moment, or they aren't getting the right trade package for him. So that's two guys that's looking like it's staying put. We haven't got too many other fireworks so far.
Buddy Hield trade?
Yes.
Yeah.
The Buddy Hield trade.
The K.Olynyk trade, but it's fine.
I didn't get that one.
But we can talk about the Buddy Hield trade. It's fine. Good trade.
And Big Ox, I'm on Big Ox page with this for this year. So next year, I definitely think it moves the needle for next season. When your MVP gets back, I think he creates floor spacing. The difference is he going to come back? Because remember, he comes off the books. This was a salary dump. Markieff Morris and Kuzma both come off the books, which is kind of ironic too, Ron, because they just gave Marcus Morris the keys to the city in Philadelphia, and he gets traded like immediately after that. I know that's kind of crazy.
Is he from Philly?
Yeah, born and raised in Philadelphia. Yes, sir. And they gave him the keys to the city, and he gets traded. But I understand that this trade is. I feel like this is more of a salary. This is more of a salary dump because this year you're not going to. This is not moving the needle on any level. You don't replace 35, 11, 6 assists, and 2 blocks. Everything we're doing is predicated on him. Everything. And when he goes out of the lineup, we're not getting that. We can't make that up with other guys on our crew with that next man up mentality. No, we can't make that up. Everything that we have is because of him.
Can Embiid make a shock return? Like this trade kind of seems like maybe they have information that he can come back this year because this is a win now move. Trade for Buddy Hield.
For those who don't know, Buddy Hield was sent from the Pacers to the Sixers for Marcus Morris, Furkan Korkmaz, and 3 future second-round picks. You can see it on the screen right now. Continue, Jalen. How do you feel about this?
Yeah, I just think that, again, this is kind of a win-now move. a win now move. It's a guy who's going to give you that extra shooting around, give you scoring in the playoffs. So I think Embiid maybe he'll return for them this season. I think he might return maybe with a couple weeks left in the regular season, and they make a real run at it. Because I don't know if you make this move if you don't know if you're not sure that Embiid's coming back. So I think they might have news that he might be be able to kind of fix that knee quicker than people think.
Mars, really quickly, if I'm not mistaken, Mars. So I'm clear. Just for me to just start running, how long is it going to take me?
6 weeks,
Just,
if you're lucky.
To start running.
If you're lucky, that's really lucky. That's if you're lucky.
Okay, I'm in really good shape, and if I'm lucky, I could start running in 6 weeks. I'm not talking about like actually performing in NBA games, but I could start running in 6 weeks. So 6 weeks from now, today is February the 8th. 6 weeks from now, that means the playoffs start in little less than a month after that. So I think Philly's going to be a play-in team at best at that point. Maybe even on the outside looking in. I mean, they're 4-11 without Embiid in the lineup. So do you really want to risk that, Jalen? You want to risk putting Embiid in the lineup when he comes back, if he's healthy? Do you really want to do that?
Look, I understand protecting your asset, but I also understand that trying to win an NBA championship, your window for winning championships is not as big as people think. Like I said, an injury can derail something, a trade. So when you have a shot, you go for it. I understand that Embiid thing. So Embiid with this team, they have a legitimate shot. So if he's even 90% of 35, 11 to 6, 80% of 35, 11 to 6, that's giving him a shot.
Now, would that be?
I've seen Embiid in the playoffs not be 100%, and they don't have a shot.
They don't.
If that's the case, then they just need to just trade him and just start over. Because like Jalen said, and I've said this for the past couple of days, they have to go for it right now. The thing about it, Mars, that is right. Typically is 6 weeks if you're lucky, 6 to 8 weeks. But we just don't know. It can, because I've seen 4 to 6 week timelines. I've seen, what I'm saying? So it depends. Like it might not be as bad as we think it is. It might just be a quick cleanup. So if that's the case, I'm with Jalen on this one. I'm thinking at first I thought they were going to go get DeMar, and if they went to get him, then they would have to go for it. Even with Buddy to come and bring the type of shooting that Buddy brings, he's a game changer. If Joel Embiid can come back early April, late March, they got to get him in that pool, get him rehabbed, and Joel got to come play 20 minutes.
But Big Ox, we've had this conversation, though, Big Ox. What have we seen over the last couple of years in the playoffs with this guy? That's one of the main problems. He broke his face. That wasn't his fault, but he broke his face last year with the knee injury, and it's the same knee. Now we're gonna get him back healthy. Hopefully he's healthy, but then he may be hurt again. And then we could possibly lose him, not just this season. If he gets hurt in the playoffs, we could lose him next season too. And on top of that, we've seen what he looks like in the playoffs when he's injured. We don't have a chance in winning the NBA championship with him like that. We don't.
So
but chill. What is the?
What would you do, Chill?
I'm sitting him. I'm sitting him for the rest of the season. I am. I'll bring him back next year, healthy, and we'll try it again next year. Yes, I will. I'm not interested because I've seen this movie with him. I've seen him get banged up, and we go into the playoffs with him banged up, and we're able to win a couple of games, and then it goes to pieces because he's not fully healthy. I've seen him in the bubble when I think he was healthy in the bubble, but since then he hasn't been, and this has been a reoccurring thing, and we don't have a chance without him. At least he's not going to be 80% when he comes back. He hasn't played in 2 months. We did the same thing last year with KD when he was in Phoenix. He played 8 regular season games and went to the playoffs. So now we're going to do the same thing with Joel Embiid, who I'm thinking the middle of March, we're gonna ramp him back up. It's not like we're throwing him back in the lineup, Big Ox, and he's playing 25, 30 minutes. We're not doing that. We're basically
but KD came and balled out.
Did he though?
Yeah, hell yeah. KD was balling last playoffs. The thing with Joel is, and for what you just said, it's happening every year. Right. So at this point, it's like, okay, kind of like what Ron was saying yesterday. It's time to go. Like if we can't make a run, because you said he broke his face, he tore up the same knee. It's this, it's that. Before that, he was just out of shape. What are we going to just? You said we've seen this movie before. I'm not going to the movies paying for this expensive ass popcorn time and time again to watch the same movie. That popcorn is expensive, Chilltown. The beer at the movie theater is more expensive than the beer at the ball game. So look, Joel, you got to go. If we can't make a run right now, if I can't, and now mind you, like you and Mars are saying, if the injury is one of those where it's like, if it's too much to think about, then okay, we're not going to try to put that on you because that could derail a man's career. If you know he's not cleared and they try to, you see what happened with KD in Golden State.
Right.
We don't want that to happen to Joel. So unless he can actually be cleared to play 20 to 25 minutes and really play,
right, then
Showtime, it's time to put the big fella on the market. Because this is the Philadelphia 76ers as an organization and as just the crew, the fans, then they need to be able to make a run, and they can't keep dealing with this. That Showtime, that expensive, that popcorn is hitting these pockets, man.
I can definitely dig that. Sure. Yes, yes, it is.
And for the Sixers, I think this is a fantastic move, if you ask me. You guys see who they traded for? Chilltown, this is the definition of a bucket of extra crispy in a 6-pack. This is the definition right here.
No respect for Korkmaz?
3 seconds. No, I like Korkmaz, but for the Sixers, they weren't playing Korkmaz. Were they?
No, that's why he requested. That's why he's requested a trade every year of his career. It's about time he got free.
I seen Korkmaz play live in Turkey. I know how Korkmaz get down.
Can he go? Can he go?
Shit. I think the Sixers aren't doing that due diligence. Korkmaz got go. But at the same time, he wasn't playing, so it doesn't really matter if he can go or not. What you know that they're getting back is somebody that can hit 4 or 5 threes on any given night. That comes into the gym hot.
I can appreciate Buddy Hield giving you a long ball shooter, right? But now losing Marcus Morris and losing Korkmaz, who I have seen him play, and yes, he can stretch the defense, right? But these are also valuable rotation guys. So now I'm getting these 2 rotation guys off my roster, and now I'm bringing in Buddy Hield, who, sure, he would be great if we had Embiid. He's not a shot creator. That's Maxey. Maxey's going to now create shots for him. I don't think it was a lateral move. I just don't think it's something that moves the needle this season. I think if Embiid was healthy, and we're talking about Embiid being in the lineup next season, and you could get him back, I think that's completely different. But as of right now, I don't think this moves the needle for me at all this season.
Yeah, I agree with you, Chill. I think it's really just an Embiid move. And it's not a matter of it might be a matter if, but it's more so a matter of when Joel gets back. So if they get him back in the playoffs, cool, perfect. Now it's like you got Joel, you really have no excuses unless you're not 100% healthy. You got Tyrese Maxey stretching the floor and creating. You got Tobias Harris stretching the floor. You got Buddy Hield stretching the floor. And then you got some defenders around you too. You got other good pieces. I think Buddy is the final piece to, I think, how good that this current iteration of this team can be.
Could they have done better though? Could they have done better than Buddy Hield?
At the expense of somebody else, yeah.
For Marcus Morris and Korkmaz, probably not.
Yeah, that's probably the best play they could have got for that package.
They gave up 2 guys who aren't good for them.
With that being said, the guys that they would have to give up.
Wait, Ron. When you say not good, Mars, when you say not good in what aspect? Because we're talking about rotation guys now. That's what we're talking about.
Korkmaz isn't even in the rotation, so Marcus Morris is in the rotation, but I mean,
yo, Ron, you seeing this?
That says more about the Sixers rotation.
Hold up,
trade just dropped.
Yeah, you want to drop it, Ox? You want to drop it?
No, you got it. You got it.
You're the host, Ron. Focus.
He talking about the Daniel Gafford trade? The Mavericks.
It looks like the Detroit Pistons are finalizing a trade to send Alec Burks to the New York Knicks.
Yeah, we don't care about that trade. Daniel Gafford to Dallas.
We'll get there, Mars. We'll get there.
That's a real trade right there.
That is a big
Daniel Gafford, the one I've been saying free him. He freed. I like
do you have the details on the trade?
For Rashawn Holmes and draft compensation.
He's still going to be a backup big though. Now, reliably.
Now they have 2 good bigs. When's the last time
that's fair? Yeah, that's fair.
2 good bigs.
Yeah, that's fair. He can give him, solid 15, 20 out the bench.
Rim protection, lob threat. Daniel Gafford, nice. Yeah, I like that.
And I like Burks in New York. I still like Alec Burks. I still like him.
He was in New York when I believe
Yeah.
it was when Quigley was there, and Quigley kind of surpassed him. So he kind of makes up for. I'm not going to say he's Quigley good because he's not, but he kind of gives them what they were missing, some of what they were missing from Quigley. So I like that. Yeah, I do like that. Sure, I absolutely like that.
Yeah, not mad at that trade.
What does Daniel Gafford do for the Mavs though? Is he gonna pick it up for them or?
It gets Dwight Powell out the rotation.
Bye.
Rebounding scorer like Marcelo,
yeah.
good finisher at the rim.
You have someone else to go get those empty rebounds. That's you know how valuable that is. So.
Non-contested rebounds.
Yeah,
this is crazy. Daniel's rebounds is crazy.
I never want to hear the term uncontested rebounds again. Please,
No,
don't say that anymore.
So you have someone who can do that. That's a good thing.
I thought Mars be trolling. That go in the chat, and suddenly he got his minions agreeing with him. What are we talking about? Yeah, when are you talking about level of difficulty rebound? Stop it. That's not a thing. We're not doing that.
Come on, bro. Let's move on, John. Let's move on. I got a guy in the comment section that's calling me an idiot because I'm trying to tell him that uncontested jump shots aren't always necessarily easier than contested jump shots. Either you're stupid or you're trolling. All right, bro. I'm cool, bro. I'm cool. I don't even want to do this no more.
Yo, and Jalen, it's not called Martians Minions. They're called Martians.
Martians, gotcha.
Whatever you want to call them. I mean, whatever you say, Jalen. I'm sorry. Uncontested rebounds are a thing. Like, I'm not about to listen to you telling me they're not a thing.
We had Jalen. We had a 25-minute discussion about this yesterday about uncontested rebounds. Moss is going to give me a stroke. I swear he is. Moss is 100% going to give me a stroke.
I was right.
Hey, yesterday was kind of a wild episode.
It was dope, though. It was dope.
Yesterday was a great episode. A great episode. I had a hangover too. And I was like,
I woke you right up. That wake you right up right there.
Yeah, man.
But Daniel Gafford is a good pickup for Dallas. Like, jokes aside.
Yeah, for sure.
Not only does it gets the Dwight Powell minutes gone, which is extremely valuable. You now have Derek Lively still has some issues in terms of fouling and how often do you trust him in the playoffs as a rookie, as a young guy. Daniel Gafford, I think, very, very sound defender, surprisingly switchable. So shout out to him for that. He can move his feet. And he's a tremendous rebounder on both sides of the ball. And he doesn't do too much. I think when you play with Luka, you want someone who doesn't do too much, someone who can catch lobs, set screens, roll to the rim, finish. This is like the perfect trade. They gave up Rashawn Holmes, who doesn't play, whether that's right or wrong, but he doesn't play. And you get someone who's definitely going to play, and Daniel Gafford might start. I wouldn't be surprised if he started.
Next,
and that's no knock on
Can they ever get minutes together? Like if they're playing Minnesota or if they're playing
for sure, they
Denver?
can go big. For sure,
yeah. Okay.
I think Jason Kidd knows how to run with two bigs, especially because Derek Lively's a good passer. So Derek Lively can play out of that short role, have that Daniel Gafford in the dunker spot. It can work, yeah.
On the defensive end, on the defensive end, are they moving their feet?
Daniel Gafford is moving his feet for sure. Derek Lively, I'll reserve judgment for Mavs fans.
He can protect the paint.
But Daniel Gafford can definitely guard fours legitimately. Like he could stick Cat well enough to where I wouldn't mind him there for a 4 to 6 minute stint with Derek Lively. I wouldn't mind it.
Hey, with that being said, like I've been trying to process it, and the thing about it is I like having 48 strong minutes at a position. I don't like having a backup, especially the center position. Right now, the 5 is going to be the 5. So, like for the Mavs, you know what their 5 role looks like. It's no drop off now with Daniel Gafford there. So it's going to be nights where Daniel Gafford comes in and plays better than Derek Lively. What's up, Mars?
The Alec Burks trade is for Quentin Grimes?
Yeah, I was trying to get to that, but you wanted to talk. What's wrong with that, Morris?
Why would they get rid of Quentin Grimes?
Alec Burks,
first and foremost, Mars, Quentin Grimes was not happy with what was going on, and
he wanted
New
out.
York. Not only was he not happy, he's public about he was constantly looking over his shoulder when he was playing for Tibbs, that he couldn't really play his game. So the fact that he's going to Detroit, he's going to get some meaningful minutes. Now he might not be playing
Quentin Grimes. He don't deserve Detroit.
He might not be playing
meaningful ass whooping.
No, that's okay.
He might not be playing in meaningful games, Like these games might not mean nothing, but he's gonna get some meaningful minutes.
No, he's a young fella though, Mars. That's all right. He's good over there at the Pistons. Now all I need the Pistons to do is thank you, Detroit, for freeing Alec Burks. Now can you do the right thing and free Bojan? You have 3 hours and 35 minutes left to get Bojan out of Detroit. Please go ahead and do that for my man. Like,
I would have loved Grimes in Houston. That's tough.
Hey, but before we get to the next, or before we go back and talk a little bit more about the Daniel Gafford and Quentin Grimes and Alec Burks trade, is there anybody else that you guys think need to be freed immediately? Ox just said Bojan.
Be freed.
Who's on you guys' free list? If you guys had a get out of jail free pass, who are you spending it on?
I'm not spending it on nobody. I'm gonna save it for myself.
I've been saying it. I've been saying it for a year and a half now. Cam Thomas, he's wasting away in Brooklyn. Get him on a crew where he's going to play 35 minutes a night and get buckets. He's wasting away in Brooklyn.
To where, Chilton?
Whoever needs buckets. Whoever needs buckets, and he's going to play 30, 35 minutes, and they're going to turn him loose.
Orlando.
That's Darius
I'm sending all guards to Orlando.
That's Darius Garland's spot.
You trade like Markelle Fultz or one of those guards for Cam.
Markelle Fultz and Cole Anthony is the trade package I'm offering everyone. I'm sending that around the league. Whoever takes the bait, I'm sending it around the league.
Couldn't Minnesota use Cam Thomas? They need a bucket getter. Minnesota could use Cam Thomas.
I'm sure they already got a bucket getter. His name's Anthony Edwards.
Yeah, I mean like a number 2. Give me like a good number 2.
They already got another number 2. His name.
The cat. It's Cat. I'm not.
Got a number 2. They don't need anything else up in Minnesota. They just need to produce.
Yeah, I think they're okay.
And Minnesota's straight. They don't need anything. They don't need anything in Minnesota.
I have no faith in Cat.
But the logic that you have, Mars, with offering up with offering up Cole Anthony and Markelle Fultz around the league, that's my same logic with Milwaukee. I'm calling everybody and I'm asking for your best wing defender, every last one of you. And what I equated to, Mars, is 10 chicks, all 10 of them. I'm asking every last one of them out. One of them is going to say yes. All 10 of these girls are not going to say no. Somebody's going to give me a yes. Somebody. I'm calling up New Orleans. I'm asking for Herb Jones. No. I'm calling up Chicago. I'm asking for Alex Caruso. No. I'm calling up Orlando. I'm asking for Isaacs. No. I'm calling up everybody that has a wing defender. Somebody's going to give me one.
2 first-round picks for Bruce.
Hey, is this thing? I'm on Twitter. Is this real? Like, is this happening? Alex Caruso?
Huh? Caruso deal going down? Hey, no. What's it say?
Bojan to the Knicks. Ox. Bojan to the Knicks.
What's for real? It is.
Bojan to the Knicks.
Bojan to the Knicks.
Bojan to the Knicks. He's in the Alex Burks.
Go.
So that trade
Evan Fournier is going to Detroit. Evan Fournier and Malachi Flynn to Detroit. Bojan to the Knicks. With the
look, in the
and
East,
2 second-round draft
in the East, y'all could go ahead and sign me up for the Knicks bandwagon.
Hey, I'm not gonna lie. Bojan's an okay pick.
Yeah, that Knicks team's kind of nice right now. That's
a good pick. I'm just refreshing words like as we speak. I'm just refreshing.
How are all these players? How is Buddy Hield and Bojan getting traded for no first-round draft picks? It's all seconds. Like when Damo said,
Buddy Hield's an expiring.
Go New York, go. Hey, what my man
Bojan's an expiring, but the Pistons are just taking on salaries at this point. That's what they're doing.
It's crazy. All these
also too, Quentin Grimes isn't bad for the Pistons though. Like he doesn't move the needle, but he
doesn't deserve the Pistons. He should have come to Houston. He went to the University of Houston. Bring him back.
Yes,
I think Quentin's good for all their young guards over there too. Even Cade as well. It's like, I was playing for the Knicks. We made a good playoff run. We had a winning culture. I played under a coach like Tibbs, who was a hard-nosed coach, and we were winning over there. I can come and try my best to instill some of those characteristics into Jaden Ivey, into Killian Hayes, into Asor Thompson. I mean, you can try more. Is
Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond really going to Miami or what?
I ain't seen that anywhere. I haven't seen that.
Okay, because that's. I'm gonna tell you like this: if that happens, I'm with Chilltown. The East better than the West.
The rumor right now is that the Chicago Bulls are nearing a trade to send Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond to the Miami Heat in exchange for Drew Smith and a second-round pick.
This
Says-
is crazy.
said
Ain't
who?
no way.
Said who?
Ain't
Said
no
who?
way.
No way.
Let you see that. Let you see that.
No
Ain't no
way.
way.
No,
No, that's
No.
that's trolling. That's somebody's trolling. Somebody's
If
trolling.
Caruso don't get at least a first round for him, and if Danny Ainge somehow fleeced the Raptors for a first round, I don't know how that happened, but ain't no way Caruso's going for no.
Well,
first
but I mean, Bojan's more valuable than Alex Caruso, and if you don't get a first for him, then you don't have to get a first for Caruso.
I mean, that's
Yo, my bad, Damo. My bad.
That's
My
close.
bad. Damo, I'm sorry. I know it's an important day. I
Hey, you gonna
shouldn't.
give, I'm telling you right now, Ron, you're gonna give
come
Damo a
on.
stroke, yo. Damo's gonna flip
ain't
his
no
lid.
way.
If the Lakers don't
No,
do
no.
something, and this kind of buffoonery is
Better
going
call
on,
him ASAP.
right under Damo,
Well,
right under Damo nose.
Chitchat, they're waiting on Donovan Mitchell. They said they're not making no trades. They're gonna get Donovan Mitchell in the offseason. So.
Oh my God,
I'm gonna be honest.
Oh,
The Knicks are dangerous. I'm gonna be honest.
Dangerous.
they're
The
gonna
Knicks
be
really could make
The
the finals.
Knicks probably the best team in the East right now. I'm not serious. Like
I'm not
'cause
saying all that, but
well, not because when they got OG, I'm on record. When they got OG, I said,
Yep.
okay, now they can beat Milwaukee and play with the Celtics. They can compete with the Celtics, but they can beat Milwaukee.
Mhm.
They go get Alec Burks and Bojan.
They could beat Boston.
They can beat anybody. They can beat anybody now.
It's
When's
always
Randall
good
back?
to see when the trade deadline comes around who's really serious about winning. Who's
Yeah.
really like
oh
trying to
yeah,
actually
the
make
Knicks are
moves.
for sure serious. Yeah, the Knicks are serious. They
Fellas,
trying to
I'm-
do something.
All they missing is Mitch right now. If they got
That's what I
I'm
was
gonna get
thinking.
everybody's
Yeah.
Knicks predictions in a second. I want to run down these super chats though. A lot of them are coming in, so let's go ahead and give the people their money's worth. A Breezy said, "Can we wait till Shai wins a playoff series before we crown him better than players that have done more? Tatum is 4 months older and has done so much more. Let Shai be the guy in the offense first."
in the playoffs. No,
Oh,
we
in the
can't
offseason.
wait. We can't wait.
No.
I don't think he's better, but we don't have to wait for the playoffs
Thank you.
to judge that. Like you can tell in the regular season if this player is better than that player. I don't care how many playoff series this player won. If this player is better, this player is better. And that's just how basketball is. Now, I don't think Shai's better than Jason Tatum. I don't. But it's not because I haven't seen Shai win playoff series before. I just don't think he's better yet.
Why doesn't that matter, Ox?
I mean, it matters if we're talking about legacies. Like if we're talking about, this player, if it's towards the end of their career, and let's say we're talking about Tracy
No, not
McGrady
end
and
of the
Paul
career.
Pierce.
No. We're not talking about end of career. I'm just talking
Well,
about what you do in the postseason. Why doesn't that matter?
Well, because I've never seen Shai fold in the playoffs. If he has, maybe I'll just miss that
Okay.
series. I've never seen him
No,
fold.
no, you haven't.
I have nothing negative to say about his playoff performances. Then, so because he's never played with Jaylen Brown and all these other guys, and
you
never
haven't
made
really
it
seen much of him in the playoffs. How about that for an idea?
But that's not just indicative on how good he is. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
like,
it is.
No, you got Chilltown. You have to have a squad to get deep in the playoffs. You can't. Nobody but LeBron James now is carrying teams all the way through.
Okay,
You know what I'm saying? You got to have a squad. And
Isn't Shai better than what version of Braun was it? It was 2000.
Stop, Ron, stop.
But to be, I didn't need to see LeBron James play in the playoffs to know he was better than Steve Francis. Like,
oh well, that's different though, Morris. I mean,
you just know when someone's better. I don't need to see someone play in the play. If I have no concerns about how your game's going to translate, I don't need to see it. Like, if I have no concerns, but I can see what he does. This is going to translate.
If the players are close, though, I can.
And then if it doesn't translate, then I can reevaluate my opinion after the fact. But until that moment, I'm not going to change my opinion if I see it translating. I don't need to wait. I'm sorry, I don't need to wait. That's he hasn't won a playoff series. What?
And my logic, Mars, is that I can't judge you until I see that. I'm not saying that. You and I have a different. You and I have different logic when it comes to basketball players, which I respect your. I respect your logic on better basketball player, and you know how I feel about better basketball players who get outplayed because now there's a conversation, even though you are quote unquote better at basketball. But when the stakes get raised, I value that. I value when the temperature goes up. I value when there's more on the line. If a guy, whether he plays better or whether he doesn't, that does matter to me.
Yeah, Shai's team just hasn't been good enough to play in the playoffs.
And that's my thing. Like if Shai was playing for, I can't think of a team right now. Like if Shai was playing for a team that had been better these past 3 seasons, you know what I'm saying? Like for instance, if Shai was on Memphis and he was just getting smoked in the playoffs, then I'd be like, all right, bro, you just don't got it. You're a regular season merchant.
Or if he was still with the Clippers.
If he was with the Clippers and just wasn't getting it done, or with a team like that, then okay. But
what if he's balling?
No, if he's balling, now there's times where if you're playing, there's been definitely times where you could be balling and you still lose. But that's what I'm saying. But you in those situations, you got to do something else though. I'm of the thought process where just because you play good, if I'm on a good team, right, and I'm playing good as far as scoring a bunch of points, but we're still losing, then I'm of the mindset where okay, you got to do something different. Scoring a lot of points isn't going to get it done for your team. You got to figure out what you need to be doing. So, but my thing is, I'm with Mars on as far as I don't necessarily need to see you playing the playoffs or win a bunch of playoff series to know if you're better than that player. But if you get to the playoffs and lay an egg, that's a negative right there, and I'm gonna rock with JT.
Exactly. That's how I am. This stuff is what made people say, "Oh no, we can't say Jokic is this good because he hasn't done it yet." And then all of a sudden, guess what? Jokic has a good team around him. Oh wow, Jokic is really good. Like I was trying to tell you for 2 years, you just didn't want to believe him because the team was hurt. Like I'm sorry that I can see when someone's good, and I don't blame them because their team's injured all the time.
I can't really show it. Like I can't get assists if I'm passing the guys that can't shoot. You know what I mean? So if I don't have teammates that are at least mediocre at best, like at least good teammates, I'm not gonna have success in the playoffs. It's just not gonna look good. I'm not gonna look like I'm not gonna look like a good distributor because a lot of times there's guys out here that are actually good distributors. They're making good passes, making good plays, but they're not getting the assist because guys are blowing layups, guys are missing open jump shots. So I'm not getting the respect I deserve as a facilitator. Once I get on a team with guys that can, once I get on teams with guys that can, then all of a sudden, he's one of the best passers I've ever seen. I've been doing this. You know what I mean? So it's like, yeah, we gotta watch the games.
I agree. Watch the games. And that's why I was ready to say Jokic was, if not the best player in the world, the second best player in the world, before he had made a finals run, 2 years removed from the conference finals. Because when you watch him, you could see how good he was. But some people was like, nah, he hasn't done it in the playoffs, ignoring the fact Jamal Murray was hurt, ignoring the fact MPJ was hurt, ignoring the fact he was playmaking to Austin Rivers and Facundo Campazzo. Shout out to him, by the way. Apparently he's hooping in EuroLeague. Shout out to him. But in the NBA, didn't really work. So, yeah, I don't need to wait. Now, if Shai doesn't translate how I anticipate he will, then I'll reevaluate. But maybe he goes up against a defense that's great to match up against him. So there's always context that goes into it. But I'm pretty confident in Shai's translation. But if Shai doesn't translate because they still leave number 3 wide open and they double team him every play,
that's not his fault. I'm
not about to be like, Shai's points dropped, ignoring the fact that he's being blitzed every time he gets the ball because there's a certain someone they don't guard. There's context. Watch the games. So, yeah, I still think Shai is a top 10 player in the world. And I probably still will think he's top 10 after the playoffs.
Jay got game. Sent through a super chat and said, welcome aboard, Ox. Love this trade for us. So since we're here from Jay got game, let's go ahead and talk about it. Where do you guys have the Knicks currently in the East with this Bojan Bogdanović trade? Where do you rank them among teams?
I probably have them ahead of the Bucks now. So I probably put them 2 behind Boston.
Number 2? Okay.
Yeah.
Ox?
Oh, Jada.
I got them like where I can see them finishing in the standings. Yeah, I think I got them right behind Boston. I think if
not even standings, like if you were to do
who's the
power
best
ranking.
like, power ranking, and it depends on if Milwaukee really, I mean not Milwaukee, I'm sorry, if Miami's really getting Andre and Alex. If Miami's getting Andre and Alex, then it's gonna be one of those 3 teams. I think, bro, I got the Knicks, bro. I think I got the Knicks, bro. They got that OG move was so fire, and then to add Bojan on top of that. Oh man, it's hard. Look, you know what? Let me chill out. I'm just overzealous. I'm excited. I got Boston 1, New York 2. I got Boston 1, New York 2, and then I'm gonna go with since Miami hasn't made that move yet. I'm gonna put some respect on Giannis and put the Bucks number 3.
Oh my
But
Are we
Miami
really sitting here like Cleveland hasn't won 15 of their last 16 games?
Oh,
Is that
forgot
what we
about Cleveland.
doing? Are we seriously doing this right now?
No one care about that.
I forgot about Cleveland. I forgot about Cleveland. I forgot about
this
Cleveland.
Cleveland train because I'm on it.
I'm happy
Hey,
to say that.
Mars, we had a pick
Evan
falling out
Mobley back
yesterday.
in the lineup.
But
They
today-
care about
No one cares.
Marshall, stand up.
What's happening right now?
No.
Cleveland
Cleveland,
aliens in the chat.
Cleveland
Marshall,
got it.
stand up.
Y'all tripping, right? Y'all tripping.
Holy
Cleveland like that. Cleveland like that.
No,
I
What's
got
happening
Cleveland
right
Yeah.
now?
The Cavs cool. They ain't over Boston.
Yeah.
Right. They're not.
Oh my
They're
god.
not. I still got Milwaukee over Cleveland. But
Keep going.
I want to see what happens with Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond. That's what I'm waiting for. If they go to Miami, Milwaukee can kiss it, Cleveland can kiss it. It's going to be 3 teams in the East, and those 3 teams are Boston, New York, and Miami.
Imagine the Knicks go Andre Drummond.
No, it'll be fine.
When's Mitch supposed to come back?
I say with Mitch
He's
back.
supposed to be out for the season.
I don't think he's coming
That's what
back.
I
He's out for the season.
Yeah, he's done.
That's why I said imagine they get Andre Drummond. The best offensive rebounding team gets
He's
maybe
supposed to
the
be out
best
for the
offensive
season.
rebounder in the game.
Are they still the best offensive rebounding team without Mitch?
Without Mitch, I think they're still like in the top 5.
What's up with
I
your
think.
boy?
Hey, little Rod in the building.
That's one of OKC's future draft picks.
They got enough.
Yeah, they got enough. That's one of OKC's future draft picks right there.
So I want to continue to ask Chilltown and
do.
Mars. I want to get you guys' opinion on the New York Knicks. And this is obviously the trade right here. What does this do for them, Chill?
I think this gives them a floor spacer that they didn't have, and getting Alec Burks, that's another shooter that they didn't have, kind of making up for what quickly what he brought. But more than anything, their mantra is their defense. So does this complete them? I don't know if it completes them, but they're going to be a really difficult out. They're going to be a really hard out. I mean, I watch Bojan, and he's one of the better long ball shooters in the game when he's open, and even when he's contested, he's one of the better long ball shooters in the game. The question is with getting both Bojan and Alec Burks, is Jalen Brunson going to continue to get off the peel like he's been getting off of it? Because him passing the basketball as of late, he's been really good. Is he going to continue to involve guys like Bojan in the offense, Alec Burks in the offense? Is he going to continue to make the reads that he's been making? Is he going to continue to do that with these guys that just have gotten on the crew? But y'all dudes is wild as hell when y'all ain't talking. I'm telling y'all, talk me off this Cleveland train because I'm on it. I am on this Cleveland train. I'm sitting in first class. I just got off I'm still on the Minnesota train. But this Cleveland train, I am on it. 15 of the last 16 games. This team is rolling.
Chill, you were weary about that Cleveland train though for a second.
I was, because
there was a lot of turbulence, and you had started.
Yeah.
You know, when you reach under the seat, Ox, and you get to grabbing that life vest, and your parents.
I never do that.
I was holding on.
Chill, you didn't fully pull it out, but you was reaching under the seat trying to see if it was there.
I was holding on because.
Oh, you talking about like in the plane?
Yeah.
I was holding on because this ride was bumpy. It was. Them clouds went away. Them clouds went away, and in the process of them clouds going away, the ride got smoother. And you see it right now. 15 of their last 16 games, 7 of those 15 teams have been a playoff or play-in teams. Evan Mobley back in the lineup. I think Donovan Mitchell's the best 2 guard in the game. I'm on record saying that. And I stand on it. This Cleveland team is serious. Jared Allen playing like an all-star. I thought he should have been an all-star. And I would not be surprised if before today is over with, call up Orlando and see if you can check their temperature with Darius Garland. Call them up. Find out how they feel about Darius Garland.
Yeah, that's actually my concern with the Cavs. With Darius Garland there, their all-star point guard, one of their future cornerstones of their franchise. With him, they look shaky this year. Without him, they start rolling and they start going crazy. And you put the ball in Donovan Mitchell's hands and let Jared Allen be the second option because Evan Mobley was out. All of a sudden, they start winning games. I'm like, all right, these guys is all right. But Darius Garland has to come back at some point, and you're not going to bench him. So then what?
No, you're not. You're not benching him. You're not. So this Knicks team, it's obvious, Ron. And the good thing about the Knicks is they still held serve being beat up. Julius Randle out the lineup. Brunson just rolled his ankle. OG has been out the lineup with an elbow injury. You've had Mitchell Robinson out the lineup with an ankle injury, and they've still held serve because they've had some really good backup play from Hartenstein, right? So this Knicks team, they ain't playing. They dead serious.
So
They are dead serious.
What does the Knicks starting lineup look like as of right now?
It'll be Jalen Brunson, OG.
Well, with healthy, fully healthy.
One healthy, yeah. Julius Randle will be in there. I mean, Mitch going to start the 5 when he's there. Does Bojan start or come off the bench?
Wait, so we're including Mitch Robinson?
I'm wondering.
I'm
I
not
wasn't going to.
No,
but
don't include Mitch. Don't include Mitch.
I'm not.
Mitch, okay.
come playoff time, when everybody that is going to be healthy come playoff time, what lineup do they roll out?
Jalen Brunson, Dante DiVincenzo, OG Anunoby, Julius Randle, and Isaiah Hartenstein.
So Bojan comes off the bench.
Bojan, Josh Hart, Bojan, Josh Hart,
Alec Burks.
All of these guys play. All of these guys. Sims, their big guy Sims. He comes off their bench.
Precious.
Precious. They got a 9-10 man. They got a 9-10 man roster.
Look, they might try starting Bojan and move Dante to the bench. You know, think I think they might try it, but
Tim's going defense first. He's gonna bring Bojan's offense off the bench for sure.
That's fair.
I'm like 80% sure he's gonna bring Bojan off the bench.
With a coach like Tibbs, you definitely.
But until Julius gets back, Bojan at the 4.
Bojan will probably start until Julius is back.
There it is.
Possibly.
All right, Bojan finna light the garden up.
Nah, he is. I think he might be like if he starts, he should be their second leading scorer after Brunson with that lineup.
Without Randle?
Without Randle.
Yeah.
I think with them, it's going to be one of those things where don't really know who's going to be. Hey, Jalen Brunson's going to get buckets.
No,
between them, like, and this is scary. This is scary hours in the Garden right now. So the Garden
Bojan was on the Knicks. They don't lose that game to the Lakers if Bojan was on the Knicks.
That's 10 straight, Moss.
Yeah, they don't lose that game to the Lakers if he was on the Knicks for that game.
The Knicks are true contender for the first time in my life.
Yeah, that's crazy. And honestly, too, and this is no knock to anybody on the Knicks, but it's really without a top 10 player in the NBA. Maybe even arguably top 15.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Top 15.
Like Brunson making a case. But he's making a case,
but they're doing it with dudes that they're doing it. It's kind of almost like an underdog story, if you will. Yeah. Like they're not doing it with dudes that are supposed to be the top team in the East.
Mm-hmm.
So
which is the nuttiest logic that I hear. First and foremost, Jalen Brunson was college player of the year. He was the best point guard in the country. Wasn't a good player coming out of college. He was the best player. He was the best point guard in the country. Teams passed on him. He ends up in Dallas doing work like he probably would have done if somebody else would have drafted him and given him the basketball right from the beginning. But then he comes to New York and they give him the basketball, which, by the way, Ron, they got him for a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack. Just so you know, the deal that he's on right now, he's on a super cheap deal. I think it's like 4 years, $100 million. So they basically got a brand new Bentley. They got a brand new Bentley for almost nothing. So with that being said, Julius Randle was a lottery pick and an all-pro. So the idea of these underdog guys, man, these guys are the real deal. Yeah. But the difference is that they're dirty work guys. That's what Tibbs has turned them into. Tibbs has turned them into dirty work guys because that's the mantra of Tibbs. I like it. I absolutely like it. Yeah, I do.
Hey, to everybody up here, do the Dallas Mavericks feel stupid?
I mean,
for letting Jalen go?
Yeah, for letting him go, I can see that for sure. Yeah, for letting him go, but they got Kyrie. So, I mean, it's kind of like
Jalen Brunson wouldn't have been this
with
in Dallas. It's
you like, think so, Mars?
No. Do you know how much he has the ball in his hands?
It's a lot. He does.
It's not Luka. It's not Luka, but it's like the next closest thing in terms of how much he has the ball in his hands. That's not happening in Dallas.
Jalen doesn't play too bad off the ball, though, too.
He does not. I'm not saying he would have been bad in Dallas. I'm saying he wouldn't have been this.
He's one of those guys you got to give him the basketball. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think it's mutually beneficial. Luka wants the ball in his hands. Dallas still got Kyrie, and Jalen Brunson gets to be the best version of himself. Like, I can't say the Mavericks regret it. No, because I don't think they would have. I don't think they're missing out on this player because that's not what they would have had. Personally.
But with that being said, though, Mars, when you got a player like that, when you have a player like that, I feel the same way about what Danny Ainge did with Kyrie Irving. You don't let him walk out the front door. We got to get something for him, man. We got to either sign and trade him, We have to trade him at some point. We can't just let him walk out the front door for nothing. We can't do that. That's bad business.
That's real.
Yeah, I thought at the time. I thought it was a like. I didn't think the Knicks overpaid for Jalen Brunson.
I thought
They underpaid.
I thought they overpaid.
$100 million.
Back when it was the Wednesday and Sunday show, we did like a little segment. I remember of like who thought it was a good deal and who thought it was a bad deal. I thought it was a great deal for the Knicks. I was like, they're not going to regret this. Now I didn't see this. I'm not saying Mars had the foresight. No, not even close to seeing this. But his contract was going down year on year. It started at 27. It ends at like 23 or something. So it goes down.
It was front loaded.
And I thought he would be a very good player. So I was like, 20 mil in this market? Like 23 mil in this market? You take it. Like, I think it's a good deal. And now he's still managed to exceed my expectations. So, hey, shout out to Jalen Brunson, man. He hooped.
Yeah.
Leaf Diggy sent through a super chat and said, Cavs and Wolves offense don't translate in the playoffs. Train, ? These ninjas ain't even leave the station. What happened to both teams in the playoffs again? Ant Train, yes. Spider, best 2 guard, maybe. But it's not enough. I'm sorry, Chill.
We'll see. We'll see about that. Yeah, we'll see.
Yeah, I don't believe in either of these teams to go very far.
We'll see.
Yeah, look, the way the East is looking right now, if Cavaliers face, a first round matchup with who could the Caps face in the first round?
Right now, they play Miami.
They're the 2 seed and they see Miami.
They play Miami. Hey, if that Caruso deal goes
Miami
down,
is out.
See you, Cleveland.
Cleveland might be
I don't want to find out what Spurs going to draw up for Donovan Mitchell.
Yeah, that's another thing.
I don't want to find out.
Well, first of all, if they end up with Alex Caruso, the Miami Heat are not ending up with the 7th seed. They're going to be higher than that. So they won't have to see Miami in the first round. So let's kill that logic right now.
Right. Cleveland's going down, though. Cleveland's not going to finish number 2.
They might.
The Knicks. I mean, look, it's so close, though. Like, the standings are so close. Everyone's like, the top 4 are like a game apart.
The Knicks will be a top 3 seed. Like, I'm pretty sure.
So after number 5 in the East, it drops. After number 5, we got some separation in the East.
But that'll probably be a 4-5 matchup, though, Chilton. 4-5 matchup, Cleveland and Miami.
I'm
sorry to say, Cleveland
stays at the top. I think they're 2-3. I think they stay at the top of the East, and it's largely due to that defense. What they've been doing defensively.
Yeah, look, they all got 33 wins. Cleveland, Milwaukee, and the Knicks all have 33 wins. So if Cleveland's a 4, they can get the 5 seed. It should be okay, I guess. If it was Boston, Knicks, Milwaukee, Cleveland, but Miami could be the 5 seed. That's like those should be the top 5. So if Cleveland's a 4 or 5, they get Miami in the first round, no doubt.
Yo, I'm not gonna lie, the East is scary. 1 through 7, like none of them really want to play against each other. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying Indiana like
in there, I guess.
Well, no, this is what I'm saying. Like,
Philly's food now. They're done.
This one's like nobody. And I'm assuming Joel's back, but Philly's even then, nobody. No, this is the point I'm trying to make. I'm not saying that the Celtics won't beat the Pacers or the Sixers, but the Celtics don't want to go play the Pacers.
The Celtics aren't jacking the Pacers, Ron.
All right.
Now Milwaukee might be, but the Celtics aren't thinking they're not worried about anything.
They don't want to play the Celtics or the Pacers in a 7-game series. They
will play Siakam and Halliburton. Yeah, there's still Siakam, Halliburton.
Boston in 5. Come on, y'all.
Boston in 5.
Let's relax, y'all. Let's relax.
Hey, like Chill said, we're gonna see.
Now, Indiana's dope. Like they can give a lot of teams a game, but not Boston. Like,
and I do want to say this too. As an Indiana fan, I don't really like that Buddy Hield move.
Bro, stop saying Indiana fan. Okay, you're a Tyrese Halliburton fan. Stop saying that.
Bro. Buddy's out of there too.
You told us that Indiana, outside in terms from a talent standpoint, was whack.
You said that.
You know why they traded Buddy Hield?
I did. Okay. And then Chill. I came up here in front of the whole congregation and I confessed my sins. And
why would they trade Buddy Hield, Ron?
You know why, Ox? They traded Buddy Hield to free Naismith. I'm telling you, that boy Naismith has been moving lately.
Benedict
Mathurin. I'm telling you,
Benedict is good. I like Benedict. I like Naismith, but that's the problem I have. Like, just because you have one guy that can do it doesn't mean you get rid of the other.
That's fair.
My bad. Doesn't mean you get rid of the other guy. Like, that's crazy.
That's fair.
I think that was a bad move. I think that was a bad move by Indiana. They shouldn't have got rid of Buddy Hield. That's going to come back to bite them in the playoffs. 100% going to come back to bite them in the playoffs. Indiana just got worse. They got better when they got past Gal, and they took a little step back.
That dude, he was on our last night. He was on our he a goofy.
Rusty Edwards?
Yeah, he a goofy. He a straight goofy. Don't nobody care about him. He don't have no friends, zero. No friends. His family never calls him ever, nowhere. When he goes to whatever job he goes to, nobody talks to him ever, nowhere. Yeah, no. When he goes to his job, nobody talks to him ever. He's completely invisible.
Is he at least getting some love from the ladies, Chitchat?
Nobody.
Lonely?
No, the only love he gets from the cops because the ladies call the cops on him because he's a goofy. That's why. That's exactly why.
Wow.
That's who loves him because they know who he is. Every time they come over, this is probably about Rusty, so they call the cops on him because he's a goofy. We don't got time for goofies. I'm sorry, Ron. As you were saying, I'm sorry, Big Ox, as you were saying.
That was it. I just think Indiana made a terrible move letting go of Buddy, and I think that's going to come back to bite them. And they can't play with the Celtics.
Yeah, and Buddy really is a game changer too. Like Buddy will come in the third quarter and go on an 8-0 run by himself, and it might not be 8-0, but he'll score. He'll hit 2 threes and get a layup by himself, and you know that.
And then go 0 for 9 the next night, and then the next night he'll go 0 for 9. He'll do that.
Yeah, but I mean, he's streaky, but hey,
is that part of it, Mom?
If he hit and he hit, theoretically, if Embiid were there, you need someone like Buddy Hield. Theoretically,
spacing,
but maybe they think they can extend Buddy Hield. Like maybe they think he'll resign. I don't know, because I don't think Philly are dumb enough to try and bring back Embiid. Personally, I don't think they are. So maybe they think they can convince Buddy to resign. I don't know. I don't know what I'm thinking, really.
So when healthy, that lineup would be Embiid, Tobias, Kelly Oubre, Buddy, and Maxey. A lot of shooting. A lot of shooting out there. A lot of scoring out there.
And it's all ran through Embiid.
Yeah. Probably. Yeah, that's probably the lineup. Yeah.
Hey, that's
Joel
got a lot to work with.
That's buckets everywhere.
Still come off the bench with DeAnthony Melton. Still come off the bench with Pat Bev. Who else they got on the bench? Paul Reed, obviously. They got one more piece over there too.
What you call it? The big fella, Bamba.
Mohammed.
No. We good. We good. We good on Bamba for sure. We good on him.
You straight on Bamba?
You don't like Mohammed?
Not one bit. No.
That's
Domo's guy. That's Domo's guy. Domo believe in him.
Yeah,
I think the thing is if we look at like players like that and talk about what we wanted them to be out of where was he? Not UConn. Where'd he go?
Texas. Yeah.
Texas. That's right. Texas. He went to Texas. If you look at guys like that and like think, oh well, he was this draft, he was that pick, and we expect him to be a 20 and 11 dude. Like if we look at it like that, okay, then now he's sorry. But Mohamed Bamba coming off the bench playing, limited minutes and just rebounding, doing this thing. Like I like him. I like him a lot.
All right, y'all. We got playback today. Chill rocked the playback yesterday. He did his thing as Chilltown always does. Today we have the Dallas Mavericks and what do you know? The New York Knicks. The two teams that so far today have probably made the best moves. And so with that being said, it's gonna be who, Jalen?
Me and Bama.
Oh no,
yeah, boy. And we got Bama in the building too. Tune in tonight at Playback, man.
It's gonna be an entertaining one. Look,
you know the vibes.
Hey, have you guys ever walked into what if you walked into that expensive ass movie and bought all that popcorn and candy and whatever chick you there with, she done bought the whole bar up to, and you go in there and you just don't know what to expect. You know it's gonna be good, but you don't know what movie they're gonna put on. That's what's gonna happen with Jalen and Bama. Don't know what to expect. You just know it's gonna be entertaining. So pull up today. Check them out. That is at 4:15 Pacific, 7:15 Eastern. If you haven't liked the video yet, go ahead and slap that like button. Let's get the likes up, baby. We got 1,800 people in here. Let's get 1,800 likes. Back to these super chats. Archive Shorts said, my profile picture is my face when I realized I got scammed out of 10 yesterday. Read my super chats, Ron.
Ron.
Focus, Ron.
This man followed the rule. He followed the rules for 1 week. That's it.
No.
Archive. We apologize, Archive.
No, Archive. No, you're not hearing me, Archive. No, Archive. You're not hearing me because I read your super chat yesterday. Did we not ask you this question, Morris?
Nah, but the rule is $10 is right now. It weren't right now. It was like an hour late. He might have left the stream by the time I answered it. That's why you're still again.
Ron, everybody not sitting through 3 hours. Some people got things to do. They might only catch an hour in the middle.
Exactly. That's why they tend to. That's why they send the $10 thinking that question gonna get answered now, and they can go back to work. Then Ron will be like,
Ron, focus.
5 minutes
Focus,
before the
Ron.
end of the show. Oh, Mars, who's your goat? Like what?
Morris, it'll be 10 minutes left in the show. Ron, like, guys, y'all gotta let me get through these super chats. I got 15 of them.
And then we're trying to answer the questions and give people their money's worth. Oh no, we can't talk for more than 30 seconds. On to the next super chat. Oh, Ron.
We never have that issue on Chill with Chill.
Never have that issue on Open Gym. Never.
You know, as much as I love Chill with Chill, I would love to talk about how fluently and smoothly you guys run that. And speaking of fluent and chill and all of that. Oh, even Open Gym. I would love to talk about that. But my man Archives needs a super chat answered right now, Morris.
Probably MJ. MJ's probably my goat right now. Terrible. Subject to change, but it's
He's
probably
not brought
MJ.
off the throne.
He actually answered this yesterday.
Yeah, well, I said yesterday, I said LeBron isn't the GOAT anymore for me, but that doesn't mean I know who it is. But yeah, it probably is MJ. Yeah, that's probably who I'm going with for now. It could change. It could go back to LeBron. Could be Kobe. Could be Shaq. I don't know. But for now, I'll probably say MJ.
$10 super chat. Luke Bacon said Bojan in that trade to the Knicks too.
If you read that at the time, he would have been the one to break the news. But no, I had to do it because Ron ain't do his job.
Go New York. Go New York. Go.
Another $10 super chat from J Tech, echoing the last super chat. He said Bojan might be Knicks.
Go New York. Go New York.
Crazy.
Another $10 super chat. Savion S said, chill, you acting like you don't watch the Knicks. The Knicks bigs humiliate the Cavs bigs in the playoffs last year. They soft. Please elaborate on what Garland trade package looks like that moves the needle.
Well,
Garland trade package that moves the needle.
We'll start with the first part of what you said. Everything that the Knicks did to Cleveland, I thought Cleveland was going to do that to the Knicks, considering what they were with that front line with Jared Allen and Evan Mobley, how much better he was as a defender, how they cleaned the glass, how they protected the rim. I thought they were going to handle the Knicks front line, only except the Knicks did something completely different. So I was definitely wrong about that. Now, in terms of them moving the needle, I mean, I don't think just getting Garland off your books and getting, like Mars said, I like Cole Anthony and Markelle Fultz in the rotation with Max Strus and Donovan Mitchell. I love that. I absolutely love that. I think that makes the crew a lot better. 100% I do.
I think they might be worried in the sense of I think they realize Mitchell's probably gone. They're kind of figuring out, do we go all in on this year or do we, kind of save some players for what's
Jalen, I don't think he's gone, Jalen. I don't.
You think he's gone?
I don't think he's gone.
Everything I'm seeing or hearing, he don't really want to be in Cleveland, So
this team makes a deep run in the playoffs.
I'm actually that they make Eastern Conference Finals or something.
I don't think he's gone.
Kawhi won a ring and he left.
Yeah, you know why he left, Oz? Oh, those two things are different, and here's why they're different. Number one, he is going home, even though Donovan Mitchell lives in New York. Even though Donovan Mitchell is from New York. But the difference is it's a lot different,
The difference is you want him to stay in Cleveland. That's
exactly. I think let's be real. Toronto's a lot better city than Cleveland. Shout out to Toronto over Cleveland.
I do want him to stay in Cleveland. But I mean him going, Kawhi Leonard left $40 million on the table to go back to Los Angeles. He wow for that.
Let's be real. As like players, if you're a player, what's the worst city to play for in the NBA? It's probably Cleveland.
No,
it's probably
Detroit.
Cleveland. Okay, Detroit's pretty bad too. I'm gonna lie. Detroit's pretty bad too. Okay, I got you. Detroit.
Yeah, Detroit been taking L's all year.
I hear you. That car industry, that auto industry is still dead. But no, Detroit. I hear Detroit or Cleveland dead. No, Detroit's still struggling. Don't they still have places with no clean water? Come on now.
Oh, we're not doing this again.
Jalen, you can't keep doing Flint like this, bro. That's Flint.
Flint and Detroit are not the same.
Oh my, similar.
Hey, Jalen, close enough.
Which is kind of ironic because when Detroit is good, it's actually a dope place to be when they're good. But when they're garbage, which they are, it makes the city even worse.
Tough.
Shout out the Red Wings. At least they're carrying the city.
No, they were bad for they were good for a while. And they were bad for 10 after Lidstrom retired. They were bad for 10, 15 years. And this season,
you ever heard of the worst of the trash?
I guess so, but I'll tell you, it's rough in Detroit.
The Ross of the flu.
You got the Lions collapse. You got the Pistons being bad. You got the Detroit Tigers in baseball who are terrible. You got the Red Wings who are terrible. What's really popping off in Detroit?
Why are you beefing Detroit?
I'm just saying. Only thing popping off in Detroit these days is, but other than that, nothing really popping off in Detroit.
Jalen's not safe in Detroit.
We're just gonna move along. I got a couple $10 super chats. Almighty, I'm gonna get to you in a second. First off, shout out Jose Primo, my dog. But Drip Bayless said, "What's the difference between this Mavs and 17 Cavs? I feel 17 Bron is the team. Is this team? I feel like 17 Bron is this team is the favorite. Is it more the competition in the conferences, 17 versus now, or more Luka's defense versus Bron?
Who is Kevin Love on this Mavs team? I'm sorry. Did my mic go out?
Maxi Kleber.
Is this mic working? Something going on?
16 to 10. Give him 16 to 10.
What the hell going on? What the
No,
hell?
You're good, Joe. You're good.
Yeah, I don't think they're comparable.
No, they're not.
Drip, I see what you're trying to do here. You're trying to say, okay,
Lucas LeBron, Kyrie's Kyrie,
yes,
role players,
not
very good defense. I mean, I guess, but nah, I don't see it personally.
And what, Tim Hardaway, J.R. Smith? Like it's, I'm sorry.
I guess, I don't see it personally. I don't see it.
And you're telling me today, so 2017 LeBron James and year 6 Luka are the same.
No, he's asking if that's the only difference is that LeBron's better than Luka. So that's why the Mavs
roster construction.
He's basically saying if 2017 LeBron was on this Mavs roster, would they be the favorites? Is what he's basically asking. So is Luka, if Luka was LeBron, would the Mavs be considered the favorites?
Favorites is tough. No, favorites is tough. I don't
think they'd be considered favorites, but I do think they'd be expected to make a deep run.
Yeah.
But that's just because of when you have LeBron, that's kind of the expectation people put on the team regardless. But I don't see the comparison in the rosters. Personally, I don't see it. And coaching.
Almighty Lambo said, Jalen, watch your MF in mouth. Cleveland is a sports city. Stop watching old Joakim Noah videos.
I mean, what? Before that championship, they didn't win a championship in how long? Before that, Cleveland?
Jalen, I'm on to you're only criticizing Cleveland so you can justify your king.
This is crazy.
I know what you're doing.
I'm just saying, that city
you're only criticizing Cleveland so you can say, well, look, Bron was in Cleveland. What was he meant to do? He had to leave.
Hold on. I'm just saying, I never see no people be like, hey guys, let's go to Cleveland for vacation. No, it's not a thing.
Okay,
that's not a thing. That's 100% that. But that's real though. That's actually real. Everyone would be going Florida, Miami.
I had a good time. Honestly,
I
had a good time in Cleveland, to be honest with you. When I went up,
cool, but Cleveland isn't that city. It's like Buffalo. It's cool, but it's not that city.
Yeah, I wasn't staying in Cleveland like that. I was up there for a ball game. I wasn't up there like let's go hang out. No.
I need you guys' help. I'm working a poll right now, and I need you guys' help up here, and I need the chat's help. Right now, we got Cleveland and Detroit as the 2 worst cities in the NBA. I need 2 more. In chat, I need you guys to officially vote on the worst city in the NBA. What other 2 cities we got? Cleveland, Detroit. Memphis. There we go.
Memphis, yeah.
That was easy.
That 4th one's interesting.
Salt Lake City. What we doing?
Oh, Utah.
Yeah, I'm from the UK, so I have no sense of this.
I was about
Indiana
to say
looks
that.
trash.
I was gonna say for a different demographic than this up here, Utah the spot. I'm just saying, maybe the spot for some people. So I don't know.
What's that to do in Indiana?
Indiana. I was gonna say Utah.
For what it's worth, I've had a ball in Indiana. A ball. I would say Indiana is a grade above all of these cities that we got.
Someone said OKC. Is that a good show?
Yeah.
Oh yes. I'm about to take Memphis off. Oh my god. Yo, I'll let you choose. Salt Lake City or Memphis, because OKC's going on here. No doubt.
I was in Oklahoma City when they had KD and when they just got Russ. It was kind of whack. I ain't gonna fight. I'm not gonna lie. It was kind of whack. It was.
So what's the 4th one, Chill? What do you got? You got Salt Lake City or Memphis?
Salt Lake City.
Salt Lake. All right.
Salt Lake is like
you went to college in Utah. That's tough.
Oh my god! Oh, yeah. And remember, like it's 2024, so you guys, so it's not the same today as it was 30 years ago when I was in school. Remember,
so you probably face
you went there when like the sports teams were good.
It's way different. Like it's, people that look like me are sprinkled all over the place. Mars, when I was in school, like we were unicorns.
You stuck out like a sore thumb.
We were unicorns. Yeah. Like it was people who looked at us like we were all they saw. They only seen people who look like me on TV. So I rap, I play basketball, or I rap, I play basketball, or I'm a thug. That's it.
Fair, you did play basketball. You did play basketball, right?
You didn't kind of. You kind of proved the story.
Yeah,
which was super corny, Mars, because I'd be in class and like we'd have conversations like in my political science class. We're having a conversation about the president, and I'm answering questions, and I'm like, just so you guys know, I could count to 10 without using my fingers, right? I don't do my homework in crayon, and every other word out of my mouth is not a cuss word. I can speak. So just so you guys know. And that's what was going on in Utah. Yeah. So yeah, it was crazy. It was wild.
Yeah, I've heard they're racist over there. So I'm not surprised.
It was wild. Mm-hmm.
Teddy Hart just sent the $25 super chat and said, if you had to guess, which franchise do you see being the next dynasty that'll go down in history, similar to the 99 Bulls, 2000s Lakers and Spurs, and the 2010s Warriors?
Nobody in this era. Nobody. We haven't seen them yet.
Okay, I think
if you had to guess,
I'm with you. My guess is no one. Will do it.
Look,
I think the way they're designing the league in terms of salary caps and how they're making it basically impossible to keep not only just players in free agency. If you draft well, you won't be able to keep everyone. And I'm saying that firsthand as a Houston fan who has 6 players who we've drafted, we won't be able to keep all of them. So I don't think they want I don't think they want a repeat of the Warriors. I don't think they want that to happen. So I don't think there's going to be dynasties. I think there'll be you might be able to rattle off 2 in 5 years or something like that. But 3-peats, I think
6 and 8 years. No,
yeah,
that's not.
I think that's done. You might see a Spurs like dynasty, maybe 5, and you just consistently are high seeds, but winning year after year, nah, I don't see that happening.
All right. So here's my thing, because the super chat said yes. So let's say I give you guys $10,000 and you got to make a bet on any team right now. It's free money, but you have the potential to win $200K.
It's okay.
10,000. Who are you putting it on?
I think OKC, because they have the draft picks, they have the star player, so they can definitely make moves to add players to kind of build them a real core that can make a run, have a 5, 6 year, 7 year run, especially because they're young too. So I think they're fine. You mentioned Houston. I mean, yeah, they got young pieces. It's just a lot of things that have to go right. They probably, let's say they sign a big free agent that turns out to, like the Kevin Durant thing. If they sign someone, maybe not of that caliber, but close to it or similar, that'd be a huge game changer. But I do agree with Mars and Joe in the sense of with the way salary cap works now. It's almost like the NBA doesn't want dynasties. They want parity.
And you also got to remember too, Jalen, location is everything, because to Mars's point, it's a lot less difficult keeping guys in Houston than it is keeping a guy in Minnesota. So if I got a guy in Minnesota that's, making a lot of money, which is what the NBA is, which is what the NBA did with making an all-league, with making an all-NBA team and adding that extra incentive. I mean, it's a lot less difficult keeping that guy in Houston than I would keeping him in Minnesota, because he's eventually going to go to a bigger market, because he's going to outgrow Minnesota. He's going to outgrow Portland. He's going to outgrow these smaller market cities. I mean, you just told me, Jalen, that Donovan Mitchell doesn't want to stay in Cleveland. Why? Because it's Cleveland. It ain't because it's New York.
Yeah. So who wants to stay in OKC? No one's trying to say that.
That's another one. Exactly.
The Thunder included Vasily Micic in the trade for Gordon Hayward, by the way. So now I kind of feel less positively about the trade.
Wow.
You believed in?
Yeah, I thought it was Trey Man. I thought it was just Trey Man and Davis Bertans, 2 people who never play.
What's his name again, Mars?
Mitchell.
That's what I was saying.
How many minutes was he getting? Yeah.
You like him?
I know he was in the rotation. I don't know how many minutes. Maybe like 15 minutes a night. Yeah, like 15 minutes a night.
But I'm telling you,
good. He's steady. He a good part. Very good passer.
Steady is the perfect word.
Yeah, I'm not saying it's a bad trade now, but considering I haven't seen Gordon Hayward play in 2024, kind of not as happy about the trade as I was before.
Thing about it though, Morris, is they got 3 solid ball handlers. I would say And this is depending on the third guy. We obviously know Shai can run the point. We know Giddey can run the point very competently, both of those guys. How do you feel about Case and Wallace at the point? Does he have point guard abilities?
I wouldn't trust it. Personally, I wouldn't trust it. But I mean, for a playoff run, I think it would just be Shai and Giddey. I think it would just be those two now. I think the rotations get shorter. So maybe they were thinking for a playoff run, Mitchich probably wasn't going to play anyway. So maybe that's how they viewed it. But I liked him. I think he was a good player. And now he's in Charlotte. So that's unfortunate for him. But yeah, I'm a bit less happy about the trade, I'll say. Because when it was Trey Mann and Davis Bertans, it was like they gave up nothing basically. So unfortunate for Mitchich.
There are a lot of trades today where it seems like people are giving up absolutely nothing to get a nice haul back. James B, one of the chat favorites, he said, Detroit is nice, so stop lying, Jalen. You ain't live in Detroit ever. And Chill is lying about Detroit too. It ain't the worst you have been. It ain't Detroit. It ain't the worst. You haven't been in Detroit in years. No Cade, no Bojan. Duren, 20 and 15. Ivy, 37 points.
Look, I wish.
But what you got me on the big screen for?
Do you want to speak on this? Yes or no?
I mean, they got hot. Like it happens. They're NBA players. You think they're gonna go 81 games and play? Never have a hot streak? Like, I mean, that happened. They're NBA players. Y'all gotta remember that.
How do you feel about the fact that they're 3-37 with Cade, and they're 4-6 without him?
Garbage. Trash. Get him out the lineup.
How we
garbage.
Cade the problem? Is Cade the problem?
Trash, Mars.
I mean, we gotta also remember, like, De'Aaron showed yesterday why he's not an all-star. So
I just want to say, I
got to the James Wiseman minutes, by the way. He looks very good on that bench.
And bro, what said that super chat? I got love for Detroit. Just do better. Public school system's underfunded. You got teachers.
Jalen, every public school system is underfunded.
But Detroit's at another level. Look at the statistics. Look at the statistics.
Relax, bro.
You can bring up crime rates. One of the worst in America. I'm just saying.
You could do that to most cities in America, Jalen. We're not gonna hate on Detroit because of their public school education system. Let's keep it basketball. Leave the water added in.
Detroit, I wish the best for you, but y'all got to do better.
Jalen does not represent the thoughts of everybody on this panel, ladies and gentlemen. So
the super chat was from V-Friends. V-Friends said, chill on Detroit, especially when wherever you're from is 100 times worse.
We have Toronto to Detroit? What are we doing? Come on now.
Yo, Jalen, what I'm trying to figure out is how in the hell do you know statistics from Detroit's public school system?
I follow American
no, because Jalen be looking to hate.
No, I follow American politics a lot, and I know different counties, different states.
Tell me one good thing about Detroit, Jalen.
One good thing about Detroit. Sure, say the culture. I'll say the culture of Detroit is great. The people.
You're not about to tell me this man Jalen is racist. I'm sorry. You're not about to tell me he ain't racist.
The culture and the people of Detroit is great. Y'all just being underserved by the people.
The food is actually good in Detroit. My father's from Detroit, so the food is actually.
What's Detroit known for, food wise?
Soul food. So
gotcha.
Food was pretty good there. And the other thing about Detroit that's good, I mean, we can't leave out Slim Shady's from Detroit. So that kind of matters.
I mean, it's called Motor City for a reason. I mean,
right.
Motown.
Pioneers in that realm. I mean, give them credit for that.
The Temptations.
Absolutely. We Motown.
Put some respect on
Motown is Detroit, right?
Okay, what about like past like 2000? I mean, Motown was popping in its day, but now, like, what's really popping off in Detroit?
So then, Jalen, what's culture? What's culture if not the history?
That's fine. But I'm saying the recent.
You just thought the culture's good, and now you're saying, well, enough about the culture.
What? Culture in the past 20 years.
Yeah, Jalen, I'm not gonna lie. You won't be in these allegations. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm not taking part in this one.
Yeah,
I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, we're gonna get off of Detroit. Well, actually not, because the next trade directly involves Detroit. The next trade directly involves Detroit. Detroit sent Monte Morris to the Wolves for Shake Milton, Troy Brown Jr., and Minnesota's future second-round pick. Fellas, how do we feel about this?
I don't understand why Shake wasn't getting more minutes in Minnesota, because he could play. He was good in Philadelphia. And I mean, I think McLaughlin ended up as the backup lead guard, and they also used Slow-Mo as the backup as the backup lead guard. That kind of threw a monkey wrench in what Shake was doing. But Shake is a good backup, and I was surprised that he wouldn't get more minutes in Minnesota. This trade doesn't really move the needle for me neither. I think this is more of a salary dump also, but we'll see.
I don't even know how much Monte gonna play for. I'm gonna be honest. Maybe veteran presence. That's you got Mike Conley and him now, but they got off of two people who don't play. Troy Brown, I haven't seen him play the whole season. Every time I watch the Timberwolves, he's in his warm up, cheering for the team. Shout out to him. Shake Milton, when I do see him play, pretty meaningless minutes. I do think he's better than the amount of minutes he gets suggests, but that's besides the point. But yeah, I don't know what. I always say if you give up nothing of value to your rotation and get someone who may contribute, it's a good trade. That's how I view it. It's a good trade in that regard. But
is Monte Morris, is that the same veteran presence that Damo was swearing was gonna push the Detroit Pistons to 40 wins?
That vet holding
Is that the same veteran presence?
They needed a veteran presence on the court, and he was hurt down there the whole year. So the T-Wolves don't need him on the court. He can be a veteran presence behind the scenes. The Pistons actually needed him out there, and he was dealing with, I can't remember what the injury was, but he was dealing with it damn near the whole year. I think he's played like 2 games. So yeah.
So do we think Monte Morris, if he was healthy, maybe Detroit has 15 wins right now?
Considering they're 4-6 without Cade, or maybe they'd be 5-5 without Cade if Monte Morris was playing all those games. That's basically a playoff team without Cade.
Any other thoughts on Monte Morris for the Timberwolves?
No, I like Monte. I don't want
not a needle mover.
You guys don't think so? Here's my thing with teams like this, because Monte Morris, if I'm not mistaken, over the last like 5 years, he's been high on the list towards the top in terms of just assist to turnover ratio. That means a lot with a team like this. A guy that's going to take care of the ball, a guy that's obviously not going to turn it over, a guy that's going to get other guys involved, and is just steady in his 10 to 15 minutes. We just talked about
that was very vague, Ron. That was very vague, Ron. How many assists are we talking about? Are we talking about 2 assists to 0 turnovers, or what? Like, what are we talking about here?
No, I think he had like
for his career, he's 4 assists to 0.8 turnovers. So a 4-1, pretty much.
That's pretty good.
I like it. I like it. But I mean,
last year he was 5-1 in Washington.
I'm not mad
Washington.
at
that. You can't undervalue a guy that takes care of the basketball, especially in limited minutes.
But Mike Conley, in terms of assist to turnover ratio.
One more time.
Mike Conley's pretty high in assist to turnover ratio this year. Every time I watch the Timberwolves games, that's what I'm hearing. Mike Conley's assist to turnover ratio. That's
this year. It was either this year. Yeah, this year it's his highest. I think he was like at 6-1 this year. It's his highest assist to turnover ratio. It's either this year or last year. It was his highest assist to turnover ratio in his career.
Yeah, this year he's at 6.5 assists to 1.1 turnovers.
Yeah,
so yeah, he's 6-1. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So unless you do think Monte Morris is going to be part of the rotation, and now they just, when they take out Mike Conley, they bring in Monte, and now you have 2 point guards who are just not going to turn the ball over. But I don't think he's going to play. Personally, I don't think he's going to play.
Right.
I've seen the T-Wolves, they like using the K.Olynyk Walker for his defense. Like you said with Kyle Anderson, even though I think Kyle Anderson should never touch the floor, especially when Rudy Gobert's out there. No reason for them to be on the court at the same time, in my opinion.
Slow-mo.
Yeah. No, playing with Cat, sure. Playing with Cat, Naz Reid, and whatever the case. But him and Rudy should never be on the same floor at the same time. But I don't. He might play. Monte Morris might play. I don't know. I have to wait and see because I don't think he's going to play, but he may. So I don't want to say he's not going to, and then I'll be wrong. So I doubt he'll really play that much, personally. Can we get to the K.Olynyk trade now? The real blockbuster trade?
I got you.
Danny Ainge fleeced us out of a first-round pick. Why the Raptors gave up a
not a first-round pick, a lottery pick.
Yeah. I'm sure. Is it a lottery pick? This is crazy. This is crazy. Ain't no way.
Toronto is not making the playoffs, so a lottery pick.
Before we dive into this, I do got some $10 super chats. I've been pressed up and down into oblivion. So now I'm gonna make sure to get to him. Shamar Trusty said, "What are y'all paying on a Gordon Hayward trade?" And then asked again, "What are y'all paying on the Gordon Hayward trade?" You guys know what you're paying?
What's he mean?
Yeah.
I mean, what do we think of it? Yeah. What we trade? Like I thought we talked
I'm
about
not
earlier
hip.
too.
I'm not hip to that lingo.
Me neither.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Look, I think it's kind of a whatever trade. Do I think he necessarily help? Is he making them take that leap? To a true extent? No, yeah, he's not going to do that. But like what Mark said, does he help him in terms of if Giddey's not on the floor, maybe a little more spacing with the shooting? That's fine. And is he that vet? Is he a vet that they need? Again, he's not. He doesn't have a championship.
Gordon Hayward a good vet. Gordon Hayward a good vet.
I'm saying he doesn't have like championship experience, but that can maybe help for a young team.
Big Ox said it.
Just so you know, the Toronto pick isn't Toronto's pick. The picks they have is Indiana's, which is protected 1 to 3. I don't think it was that one. They have a pick swap between OKC, Houston, the Clippers, and Utah, where they would have got the worst of all of those picks. So that's the pick they probably said. So whichever pick is the worst, which is probably going to be the Clippers pick, that's the pick that
like a 25th, 26th.
Yeah, that's the pick that the Jazz got. So a late first round pick.
So they're not getting a lottery pick.
No, Toronto don't have that pick.
Okay, so
I think they sent their pick to San Antonio. I think.
Okay.
Oh, for the Kawhi deal back in there?
For the Jacopo, do I think? I might be wrong. Like, I don't keep up with picks very often, but I might be wrong on that one. So if I'm wrong, Toronto fans, let me know. But yeah, no, just to clarify, it's not a lottery pick for K.Olynyk.
All right, and this is the trade right now. Let me go ahead and throw this on the screen. At this point, I'm assuming it's been finalized. K.Olynyk, O.Agbaji are leaving the Utah Jazz, and they're going up to Toronto for Otto Porter Jr., Kira Lewis Jr., and a conditional first-round pick.
I don't get the K.Olynyk thing because he's 32, 33, something along those lines. The Raptors are in, you could say a mini rebuild or a rebuild. So I just don't know how he fits into the Raptors in terms of that. So I just don't get the trade. And Oche, I haven't seen too much of him, but I mean, I don't really think he's young, but I'm not really sure about his upside.
I'm confused. Personally, I'm confused.
Yeah, I just don't get the trade.
K.Olynyk is too good for Toronto, respectfully. He's too good to be going to a team that's not trying to do anything. I was trying to get him in Houston, if you couldn't tell. But
are they done? You think, Mars? Because it's a salary dump. He comes off the books after this year. So
yeah, but he's at his age. He turns 33 this season, I think. So, I mean, K.Olynyk deserves better than being a salary dump. Send him to a team that can do something, like the Houston Rockets. Oche makes sense because he's young, and I think he's pretty good. I think Oche is pretty good. If you give him extended minutes, I think he can play defense. He can spot up and shoot. Good feel as a cutter. Now, superstar, of course not, but he can be a solid piece, especially if you're willing to play him. But the K.Olynyk thing, I genuinely don't understand it. Unless they flip him again. Toronto might do that. I don't know. But
Kelly is Canadian, right?
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Yeah. We got RJ Kelly back on.
Yes, Team Canada practice. We get ready for the Olympics.
I thought Toronto was going to move off of Chris Boucher.
Well, they might now. They just brought in another big, so it's possible. Maybe that's what this is for. I don't know what Toronto's vision is because they don't have their first round pick this year. So maybe they're trying to get in the play-in, because they're only how many games back at Toronto with Atlanta for the 10th spot? They can't be that far off, right?
Toronto for Atlanta. Let's see the standings. Toronto is how many games back? They're 4 games back of Atlanta.
So maybe they're trying to make up that difference and get in the play-in, and maybe they can sneak into the playoffs. Maybe that's what they're trying to do because they don't have their pick this year.
Yeah, we 18-33 right now, so maybe.
Because K.Olynyk definitely helps your team be successful. Yeah, but they are meant to be moving Bruce Brown. I don't know. Free K.Olynyk. Free him.
That's top 5 passing big man?
For sure. Top 5 passing center, yes. K.Olynyk. Free him.
They may not be done with him. They may not be.
Yo, Jalen, We got to make a substitution, but before we do, it is a couple dedicated super chats strictly for you. The first one is from James B. Apparently, you have struck a nerve with him. He said Jalen ain't never been in Detroit. He talks bad about Detroit. Stop lying. Kate ain't the problem. Smokey Robinson, Stevie Wonders, Diana Ross. Now we have T Grizzlies, V's, Babytron, Babyface Ray, and more.
Time out.
That sounds like a major.
Shout out Diana Ross. Yeah, we really compared a guy named T Grizzly to Diana Ross. What we doing? What we doing?
Respect Diana Ross. Don't put that.
Yeah, it does sound like a major porno from my perspective. It sounds like a
Grizzly. That fall off is crazy. Stop.
I like T Grizzly. Don't get me wrong. I like Babyface Ray. I like all those guys, but don't ever put Diana Ross.
Thank you. Come on, man. Oh man.
Do better than that, James B. But for sure, but John, respect Detroit, bro. Respect Detroit.
I hope this Detroit comes up, man. I hope y'all come up from the gutter.
It's one more for you, Jalen, from Adam Eden. Adam Eden said, Jalen, aka Dudley Do Wrong, your quote unquote country, just 3 cities, is only relevant because a U.S. timeshare that we rent to Drake.
Sure. We're also just better because we don't have people declaring bankruptcy over medical bills. You know what I mean? Like we're just
he just flexed.
Our schools are safe. I mean, like there's a lot of things, but
okay.
It be real. Take it easy, y'all.
Hey, I know you got a bout. I know that Jalen got a bout. Yo, Jalen, stay away from my chick, yo. Don't think I don't know what time it is. Stay away from my chick.
I'm ever in your city. I can't make no promises.
Stay away from my chick, yo. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Stay away from
pull up tonight, chat. Play back tonight. Pull up. Take it easy, y'all.
All right. Yo, Damo.
Hey, Damo. First of all, Damo. Okay, I gotta get my man blood pressure down. That's the first thing I gotta do. I gotta get my man blood pressure down. Number 2, Damo, can you pass that, please? Can you do that?
What if I had some and I really need some right now?
I don't think Damo can afford to pass anything right now.
Boy, blood pressure up right now because we got teams handing over a bucket of extra crispy and a 6-pack. Meanwhile, this is Rob.
No, chill.
Ain't they waiting on Donovan Mitchell?
Chill. He's not twiddling his thumbs. His hands is in his pockets. The whole Lakers front office have their hands in their pockets right now.
What's Damo? Keep it a being with your man, Damo. What's your problem, yo? Like keep it.
Nah, because I'm actually like mad. Like I'm like y'all kikiing, haha.
No, I ain't kikiing. I can see your face.
I'm genuinely mad, bro, because every year, as a Laker fan, I sit here and I throw these trade proposals out, and I get called delusional. I get called crazy. I get called, oh, that's that Lakers stuff, y'all think that weak ass trade package is gonna be enough? And then I look and guys is getting traded for, as you said, a bucket of extra, not even a bucket of extra crispy, a little pack of extra crispy, 3 pieces, a 3-piece and some beans. My guy, like, genuinely, what are these trades? I sat here this whole first half of the season saying, I ain't gonna lie, man. Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, a first-round pick. Why couldn't we get a guy? Why couldn't we get a role player? I get told I don't know basketball. I get told I don't know how basketball works. What are you talking about? You don't make no sense. This, that, and the third. And I look at the same guys I'm talking about getting traded for are getting traded for seconds. A second and 1 temporary player. But I'm getting told I'm crazy. I'm getting told that I don't know basketball. And I'm watching rumors of Alex Caruso getting traded for Drew Smith in a second. What? What?
Hey, Damo,
if y'all want Alex Caruso, you got to give up Reeves. No, we don't, Ron. No, y'all got to come up on somebody. Do we? Drew Smith?
It didn't even happen, Damo. The trade didn't even happen. It was just a rumor, bro. Look, Damo, you must
be a Laker 3 years ago, and I'm getting told we got to give a first and one of our good role players up. Who did Buddy Hield just get traded for?
Marcus Morris.
Burke and Korkmaz.
Marcus Morris. Korkmaz.
No, that's true.
To be fair, the Lakers were trying to trade for him before he was on the last year of his contract.
Okay, Mars, let's cut the nonsense. What Damo just said, Gabe Vincent, Taurean Prince, and a 1 gets that deal done. That gets that deal done.
Chill. Yeah, but nobody trying to help the Lakers.
Yeah, that's the point. You gotta remember the asking price varies from team to team. The same way there's higher tax rates in different states.
Right.
The Lakers tax means you got to trade more to get
You
people.
got to give.
That's
You
just
got to
the
give up
rules.
more. Yeah.
Hey, look, we ain't trying to help you. Sometimes
Mhm.
teams do help you, and they take Russell Westbrook off your hands. So sometimes teams will help you, but more often than not, nah, you got to pay
Nobody's
a little
helping
bit
the
extra.
Lakers.
Yeah, you
Nobody's
got to pay a
helping
little
the
bit
Lakers.
extra. That's just the
Don't
rules.
get me wrong. Don't get me wrong, Damo. You my man. I hate to see you upset, but I love this right now. You know what I'm saying? I love what I'm saying.
I'm not kicking. The reason why I'm not kicking, I'm trying not to kick because I know Damo will lose his mind if Alex Caruso ends up in Milwaukee for a Blimpie sandwich and a 6-pack of Sprite. He will lose his mind.
Respect Blimpie sandwiches though.
I love
Blimpie
Blimpie
is fire.
sandwiches. Yeah, but not a foot long one either. A 6-inch one. Not even a whole foot long one. I know
no chips or drink or something.
I know for a fact that Damo is not going to be happy to see Alex Caruso end up in New Orleans for a 2 and a future 1 possibly.
Jamal Williams just sent through a super chat, and Jamal said, "Chill doing all this glazing for the Cavs, and the Knicks just got them, and the Knicks just for them to get beat by Miami and the power of friendship, and don't let us go get Russo and Drum."
The power of friendship.
Go get Russo and Drum. Go get Russo and Drum. I think it's different this year. I do.
If Miami gets Alex Caruso and Andre Drummond, it's ugly, Chitchat.
It is. It's super ugly.
Chitchat.
It is super ugly because that means somebody on the phone. That means somebody working. That means somebody's making deals. Definitely, that's going on.
You like Andre Drummond in Miami?
I love Andre Drummond in Miami.
Why don't you like Andre Drummond in Miami? Mars, their offense.
I don't know if he's smart enough for Spurs. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if he's smart enough for Spurs.
He does do
personally. I don't know.
He don't got to play 40 minutes though, Morris.
He's not going to.
He does.
Yeah, I know. Obviously, Bam gonna be playing, and I mean, if you want rebounds in for the matchups where you get killed on the boards, like a Knicks series, I get it. But I've seen a low IQ big in Miami before, and I hated it every second.
Which one?
Oh, Whiteside. That's different though. That's different. But this is the thing though. As a good, yeah, for sure. Andre Drummond's way on a whole nother level than Hassan Whiteside. It's not even the same thing. But this my thing though. As a good coach like Eric Spoelstra has the ability to dumb it down for some players. You know what I'm saying? You can dumb it down. You can make it to where you rotate a little less. This is what we're running when Andre's in the game on the offense. He could dumb it down a little bit for him. Yeah, I'm not saying Andre Drummond is dumb. I don't know. I'm
not saying I'm not accusing him of being an idiot and not knowing the game. Promise he probably knows more than me. Promise. I'm certain. But I'm not. I feel like the way Spo plays, maybe Drummond works because he's better than Thomas Bryant. So maybe he works.
Mars. Okay, let's not downplay your knowledge of the game. Okay, sure, you didn't play in the NBA, but you can watch a guy who plays pro basketball and recognize he ain't that smart. You can recognize that and see what he does and go, okay, this guy wouldn't have done that. Because I do it, and I never played in the NBA. And there's guys that I've watched that I'm thinking, this dude ain't that smart.
Yeah, but I agree with that. I think it's always easier to watch the sport from the bird's eye view or the third person view. Like when you're watching on the court, I can see the whole floor. Like when Jokic makes a pass to someone cutting to the rim, I'm like, I can see that pass, but I'm watching from above. The fact that Jokic can see it, I'm like, okay, that's crazy because he's down there watching it. Like when I played football, when I'm watching the game from above, you can see everything happening.
Right.
But then when you're in it and it's from a first person perspective, it's different. So I know if I was on an NBA court, I would be stupid. Like I know I wouldn't, my rotations would be all the way off. My understanding of schemes and what I'm doing in pick and roll as the low guy, everything. It would be wrong because from the first person perspective. Now from the third person perspective, I think Andre Drummond could probably recognize the same things I can recognize. But it's different when you're down there having to do it then. That's where I think he struggles. And I think that's why I'm like, he probably knows more basketball than me. If he's watching it the same way I'm watching it, he would definitely recognize the same things I can recognize. I'm 85% sure. But when you're down there, it's a different story.
That's why film is so important. Film study and having film sessions and stuff like, from when I don't know what age, a lot of, usually high school, you know what I'm saying? You start watching film and whatnot, doing stuff like that. And you kind of, because your coach will be like, oh, you need to be here. And I'm like, you typically like, oh, I was. And it was like, okay, let's sit down and watch the film. Because film don't lie. So that's definitely a good point, Mars. Even playing, like when you're playing, you think, okay, I'm doing it right. But once you start watching film, it builds up your IQ. You're able to see different things. It just makes the game a lot easier.
And you realize how small the margin of error is. Like, you might, like, how do I put it in basketball terms? Because I'm thinking about it from a football perspective, but it's easier. But you might, like, for example, when someone drives and you're on the wing, you know you got to drift to the corner just to make the pass easier. You might, instead of drifting to the deep corner, you might just be you might be like 2 feet away from where you're really supposed to be, and that messes up the whole spacing. So in your mind, I did drift, I did drop, I did make the passing angle, but then you watch it on film, you're like, you really have to be right here. That's where you have to be, but you're not there. But in your mind, you did make the right move, and that's what I'm like. That's where it's different when you actually watch it back, whereas where you feel where you are at the time.
Right. The thing with stuff like that too is really simple. Like that seems like it's not a big deal, but when you gotta remember that I'm drifting because of the defense too. So if I'm help side, I got to see man and ball. If you stay here, I can still my peripheral see you. You take 2 more steps, now I got to move because I got to see you. You know what I'm saying? So those things like that are so minuscule, but they mean a lot.
Or the margin of error, to your point, Mars. I have to see the game a couple of steps ahead. That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at the game just in real time. I'm looking at the game and what I think is going to happen. So, for example, Big Ox is coming. Big Ox is on the wing, and I'm setting the back screen for Big Ox. Well, naturally, who helps? The guy who sets the back screen, right? The guy who sets the back screen. When I set the back screen on Ox's man, it's natural that guy is going to try to help. So I'm going to be the guy open. But it's only going to be a second, right? It's only going to be a second that I'm going to be open. So I have to see whoever is setting that back screen. I have to make sure in that split second, okay, this is where he's going to be. This is where I'm delivering the ball. If he's not there, it could blow the whole play up. So you have to think the game a couple of steps ahead. That's why, and to your point, the margin of error is not that big. It's something that has to happen like that because it can blow the whole play up.
And that's why I'm hesitant on Andre Drummond. I don't think the processing speed is there. But I do think his rebounds and travels everywhere. You put him on the floor, he's going to get rebounds.
That part right there, Mars.
Yeah, you put him on the floor, he's going to go get the ball off the rim. And that's one thing he'll do.
And I feel like we can dumb that down. I feel like that's kind of like in football where you could tell a guy, yo, just block him. That's it. I don't need you to do anything else. Just block him. Now, there may be series where Andre Drummond, very much like Dwight Howard, very much like JaVale McGee, where you become unplayable because we don't need you in this series. We can handle these guys in this series. But there are going to be other series where we need you to clean glass. And that's it. And whatever you give us after that, whether it's putbacks, whether you give us something in transition, whether you give us steals, where you're flicking the ball away, something like that, that's going to be extra.
Yeah, he's a good option to have. And he's cheap. I think he's making like one.
Yeah, he's on a vet deal.
He's real cheap.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, if Miami can do it for sure, yeah, it's a good deal to have for sure, just for depth in the playoffs.
Before we move along, Dama, what's up, Dama?
No, I was talking about a trade that just happened. Go ahead.
Oh, well, I was actually going to ask you, is there any trade that's happened up to this point that you want to talk about? But I mean, break the news.
I was going to say, in general, I felt like the Knicks and the Raptors were doing a pretty good job trading. And then I'll look, and Wolves just dropped another one. The Raptors just traded Dennis Smith and Dennis Schroder to the Nets for Spencer Dinwiddie. I like that move for both teams. I mean, it seems
you like Spencer Dinwiddie in Toronto.
I like Spencer Dinwiddie in general. Now I don't know how he's going to work in Toronto. I like him though.
I like Schroder. I like Schroder. I like Schroder in Brooklyn for sure.
You like Dinwiddie for what? Like genuine? Like...
No. I just like Dinwiddie in general. Like I banged with Dinwiddie. Now Dinwiddie and the Raptors, I don't know how that's going to work, but I guess. But now I was going to ask, have y'all because I tuned into the show a little bit earlier, then I had to go do something. Did y'all really talk about what the Knicks are doing? Because they are gearing up to trying to do something for real.
Ox said he got them second in the East, right?
Big Ox on the hook.
No, he said first.
Yeah, Big Ox on the hook.
He said second. He said second, but they can play with Boston. That's what he said.
I would not be shocked to see New York versus Phoenix in the finals.
That would not be shocked.
If the Knicks make the finals, I'm rooting for them.
I would not be shocked, bro. This is a squad, bro. This is a squad.
Yo, Jalen Brunson gets Finals MVP.
Well, they're not going to
Conversations
win.
will
They're
be
not.
had.
They're not going to win it.
Randall gets Finals MVP.
Nah, I ain't
Oh,
gonna lie.
Randall,
I will be pushing for Julius Randle Finals MVP over.
Remember what you said, Damo,
Brooklyn?
about how ugly conversations. If the Knicks is in the NBA Finals and Julius Randle gets the Finals MVP, I will be unbearable this summer.
That'd be
Damn
beautiful.
that.
I'm
Let
telling you
Julius
right
Randle
now.
have as many Finals MVPs as
No.
Steph Curry.
I will be
Let him do it.
unbearable.
Let him do it.
Chittown, like I say, I'm the last Julius Randle fan left. So let's make this happen. But my thing is this though: if they do win the East, they're not beating the Clippers, they're not beating the Suns, they're not beating Denver. So
You
know
say
what?
that. You say that until defense
said
is
it, I
really.
mean it.
You say that until defense is really played. You say that until you look at that Clippers team and you notice.
Oh, they're not beating the Clippers. No more.
It's a couple guys on that team who, when the playoffs come around, they do not rise to the occasion consistently. They do. They have some guys who are known to throw a little in the playoffs every now and then. I would not be surprised if the Clippers do make a push to the finals. One, as a Laker fan, I don't care who's in the finals against them. I am not rooting for the Clippers, so I need them to lose. I can't have the Clippers win the championship. But I can see the Knicks going to the finals against anybody, and genuinely, that defense they have being a real problem. And if the Knicks do win, I ain't gonna lie, I don't know what's gonna be nastier. The propaganda push on Julius Randle winning the finals MVP, or all the backtracking people are gonna have to do, all the excuses people are gonna have to make to justify why Jalen Brunson's won the finals MVP and was a number one on the championship team as a small guard. Because when we had that
Jalen
conversation,
Brunson's not the best player on that team, though, Damo.
Okay. When we had the conversation, so many people said you cannot. It's so hard to win with a small guard. It's impossible. It's not likely. This, that, and the third. And if in this very season a small guard leads that team and he wins Finals MVP, I'm gonna be back. Well, I'm not gonna be backtracking. I will be saying, hey, I didn't say it was impossible. I said it'll be hard. It's gonna be a lot of backtracking, and I do know one individual who's gonna go on a victory tour talking about Jalen Brunson being a number one on the championship team. I do. That is very true, and I am not prepared for that summer.
We got a couple super chats. One from Christopher D. He said, "Can you name every Western Conference MVP and Eastern Conference MVP from 2000 to 2021? Y'all personal opinion on who would get the award? Would it change a few players' legacies?"
So in the Western Conference in the 99-2000 season, Shaq wins the Western Conference Finals MVP because they beat the Trailblazers. In the Eastern Conference, Reggie Miller wins it. In 2000-2001,
Shaq.
I think
That's against the Spurs, right?
yes, against the Spurs. I think Bryant wins the Western Conference Finals MVP. I think Iverson wins the Eastern Conference MVP.
Yeah, that's
Iverson missed a game in the series, though. Does he go like? I'm not going to be Iverson here. Okay, Iverson wins it.
No, he did miss it. He did miss that series. Went 7 games though. It wasn't like that series went like four or 5 games.
AI was dealing with an ankle injury that whole series, and he didn't play well until the last 2 games, if I remember correctly.
He still would have got it to being AI.
I believe.
But no, but it's not who. Is it who would have got it or who we think deserved it?
Who you think deserved it?
Dikembe.
Mutombo probably deserved it because how good they were defensively because of him. It wasn't Aaron McKee. It was probably
he was hitting like because I'm not going to say the series was rigged, but the amount of free throws the Sixers were getting, and Dikembe was hitting. So I mean,
and he was hitting that mid post jump shot too.
Yeah, Dikembe wasn't just playing defense in that series. He was their legitimate, clear cut second best offensive player in that series.
Yep,
clearly.
So in 2000, in 2002, Shaq wins the West Finals MVP against
the refs win it
against Sacramento, and then Jason Kidd wins it for the Nets. In 2003, Tim Duncan wins the West Finals MVP, and
no doubt about it.
I think Jason Kidd wins it again in 2003. In 2004, I think Bryant wins it
against the Timberwolves.
I think Bryant wins it in 2004, and I think Ben Wallace wins it in 2004, the Eastern Conference Finals MVP. When I think about who did they beat?
That was a defensive series. The defensive player would win it.
I think Ben Wallace wins that in 2005 in the West Finals. I think Tim Duncan wins it. You can make the case for Ginobili, but I think you can make the case for Ginobili in that West Final series. But I think Tim Duncan wins it.
It's fine.
Yeah, I think you can make the case for Ginobili, but I think Tim Duncan wins it. And in the East, it was Detroit, and who was in the East Finals with Detroit that year in 2005?
Miami.
I'm sorry.
D-Wade.
Yeah, D-Wade. Because if D-Wade doesn't get hurt, I think he wins it. D-Wade ends up getting hurt. I think Chauncey Billups wins it.
Not Rip Hamilton?
I think Chauncey Billups wins it. I do.
Yeah.
And
so
in 2000,
as of right now, Tim Duncan has 2.
Mhm.
Shaq has 2.
Kobe has 2.
And
then
and Tim Duncan has 2. Yeah, Tim Duncan has 2.
so Kobe.
And then the
Tim,
other one
Shaq,
was Ben,
Shaq.
and the other one was Ben Wallace and Chauncey Billups.
Right. And in
In
2000,
the East, Jason Kidd has 2 in the East.
Jason Kidd has 2 too.
Okay.
Who else was in the
2006. 2006, Shaq Wade wins the East Finals MVP in 2006,
And that was against Detroit again, right?
Yep, that was in Detroit. I think Dirk wins it because I think Dirk wins it when they beat Phoenix. In 2007, I think Tony Parker wins it in 2007. In wait a minute, I think
against
Tim
the
Duncan
Jazz.
I think Tim Duncan wins it again in 2007.
I got Timmy against the Jazz.
Yeah, I think Tim Duncan wins it again. And in the East, James wins it.
BB Gibson. Yeah, BB Gibson.
In that series,
man, that game 6, man. Yeah.
Respect.
It's the
you mean again, in 2008, is it Pierce who wins it or KG?
Well, we know Kobe wins it in the West.
Yes, Kobe wins it in the West.
I'm giving it to KG. I'm giving it to KG.
I'm giving it to KG too. I think he wins it. They handled Detroit.
So before we go on though, I do want to say, because we spoke about this last year about the importance of this award and how I wish they would have started it before, because I think it changes a lot of outlook on how we look at players. I think this does a lot for people like Jason Kidd specifically.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Like this, I'm really happy that they start doing this. Well,
Brian,
it helps Kobe, but Kobe don't really need it though. You know.
No, the narrative of Kobe was carried by Shaq completely changes.
That goes away. That goes away, Big Ox.
Absolutely. I mean, nobody really thinks that he was carried by Shaq. Nobody.
Yeah, but the idiots think it. The idiots couldn't. The idiots. Oh, Shaq won the Finals MVPs. Well, Kobe was winning conference Finals MVPs against the Spurs and the Timberwolves.
The goofies that I gotta deal with, that's telling me that this is a participation trophy, which is nonsense to me because I don't think it's a participation trophy. I think
winning your conference is a big deal.
It's a huge deal. A huge deal. And the fact that he wins it in 2001 after they swept San Antonio and he was the best player in that series, man, that would be a big deal.
My thing is I think y'all put too much energy into we'll call them Nimrods, we don't.
They're a large portion of the population. Huh?
That's what I'm saying. See, Big Ox, here's the thing. You think that because you talk to us for amount of time during the day. Yo, we got to deal with these goofies on a regular. On the regular, we got to deal with these goofies. And when you hear something 200-300 times, Kobe Bryant was carried by Shaq. Like, what? What are you talking about? Were you even there? No, you clearly weren't there if you're saying something like that. And
that's true. That's true, Chitchat, because y'all got to hear that. Y'all TikTok famous. I don't even,
I'm TikTok famous. I just be in the comments.
Yeah. So I feel you. Okay, when you put it that way, Chitchat, I got you. But no, let's keep it going, Chitchat.
What year are we on? 09?
So in 2009, Howard wins.
Kobe and Dwight. Easy.
In
2010,
Kobe got 4
now.
Kobe.
Yeah, and then in 2010 he got another one. Kobe and Paul Pierce.
Bryant wins again. And he wins the Finals MVP that year too. Don't leave that part out. Yep.
Back-to-back Finals MVPs. Yeah. So he'd have 5. He'd have 6 conference finals or 5 conference finals MVPs.
01. Let's see. 01, 08, 01, 04, 08,
09,
09, 10.
5 of them. Yeah. That's 5 of them.
And 2 conference finals MVPs.
And 2 conference finals MVPs. So
2011 conference finals.
James and Dirk.
Yeah.
We just saying LeBron easy.
Yes, and the reason why don't
Chris
think
Bosh
about
was hooping against Chicago. I know that Chris Bosh was hooping,
right? But don't think about the buckets.
Mars, did Brian get carried that playoff?
No, let's make sure we remember.
If Kobe got carried, chill. Let's just keep.
Let's make sure we remember there was an adjustment by Spo, and Spo put James on Derrick Rose in that series, and he shut the door on him. That's a big deal.
He played good defense, but Chris Bosh, I mean, his versatility Chris Bosh's versatility, playing up on ball screens, being able to move his feet was something that Chicago hadn't really dealt with too. So I mean, not to mention, I don't think Chris Bosh missed a shot in that series.
He was on fire.
We can give it to LeBron. I'm not arguing against LeBron. I'm just give Chris Bosh his flowers.
It's definitely a conversation for Carlos Boozer from Chris Bosh. He kicked Carlos Boozer's ass in that series, 100%.
And then Dallas is obviously
Dallas is dirt. And in 12,
real quick, Chitchat, before we move on, I just want to say I liked Carlos Boozer. I
did
see
too.
a lot of people that didn't really care much for Carlos Boozer. Carlos Boozer was a baller.
Yes, he was. 100% he was. In 2012,
KD and LeBron. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. In 2013, James again. James in the East Finals.
Who did the Spurs play in the conference finals in 2013?
Oklahoma City.
2013? Nah, Russ was hurt that year. They didn't make it that year.
Memphis. Swept them. They swept Memphis. I'm sorry. It was.
I don't remember the series well enough to give a conference finals MVP.
They swept.
Just know OJ Mayo sold like always.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't remember. I don't remember that series well enough to give a conference.
Was there anything different, Big Ox, with OJ Mayo from any other time?
OJ, you know what OJ Mayo did to Rudy Gay's career?
Oh
just
my
God, damn, I can't.
Oh my God. In 2014, who did they play? Who did the Spurs play in the conference finals in 2014?
Oh, that was OKC. I know that one.
That was OKC.
Yeah.
Is that Leonard?
Nah, that's Manu Ginobili.
That's Ginobili? Okay. So
for me,
Manu should have two right now. Just I was wanting to know. Manu should have
so
two.
look,
for me, it's Manu Ginobili. Yeah.
At this point, Manu got one. Tony, you said Tim Duncan gonna take 07, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But Tony should look have one.
But he got five. He chilling, man. He got five.
Okay. So at this point, all three of them have stamped their name in the legacy.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Conference. The East is Miami versus Indiana, right?
In 14, yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That's the series where LeBron had a game of 5 points. Do that information where you will.
He did have
5 points in one of those games.
No.
He's still the conference finals MVP, but
I think it was 7 points, Mark. I think it was game 4 up in Indiana, something like that. I think it was.
It was single digits. I remember every time I hear about his double-digit scoring streak, I'm like, well, it didn't include the playoffs because he did it in 2014.
I do remember that.
So, but yeah, it's still LeBron.
So in 15 is it Curry
LeBron and
over
Steph.
LeBron and Steph? Okay. 16, James and Steph again, or no?
One could argue Clay. I think it's Steph, but one could argue Clay based on Game 6. But
on Game 6,
I'd give it to Steph in 2016.
In
17 is Steph and LeBron again.
Steph and LeBron again. 18,
definitely James. KD and LeBron in 18.
So KD
19.
Whoa! Relax. Hold on. Let's rewind. Maybe I'm missing one. Okay, I'm thinking of 2 different years. I'm thinking of 19 because 19.
19. Steph and Kawhi. I will say, not too long ago, I made the argument for Kyle Lowry in 2019, and I still think I could make the argument for Kyle Lowry.
Everybody is so wrapped up. Don't get me wrong. Everybody is wrapped up on what Leonard did in that playoff series. Okay, I get that, but let's be clear. Whenever he was matched up on Giannis one-on-one, Giannis was frying him. Giannis destroyed him.
I still think I can make the argument for Kyle Lowry in 2019.
Giannis was unless they built that wall behind him to basically jump Giannis. I don't know, man. Mm-hmm.
I'm fine with Kawhi because I'm not trying to have an argument. But Kyle Lowry was pivotal on both ends of the floor.
Yes.
His playmaking in that series, his shooting, like a series where Kyle Lowry couldn't miss from 3. He was scoring well, taking charges. He was pivotal to that wall as a low man, sliding over, getting under Giannis. Played great defense on the perimeter. Kyle Lowry has a claim. That's all I'm saying. Kyle
Lowry balled out that whole entire playoff run.
Yeah, Kyle Lowry has a claim. I'm fine with giving it to Kawhi, but Kyle Lowry has
this
a claim.
one gets tricky.
Noted, Steph Curry has 3 of these, by the way.
He has 3 so far.
In 15, 16, 17, and 19. He's got 4.
He's got 4 of them.
How many does KD have right now?
2012 and 2018. He got 2.
Okay.
And y'all not showing Clay any love at all?
No, and
16 is arguable based on Game 6, but I would still give it to Steph. But that's the only year that's arguable, in my opinion.
LeBron
LeBron 07, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. He got 9. He got
18.
9. Yeah, 18. He got 9.
He might get another one in 20.
No.
AD,
Sir
okay.
Anthony Davis.
Wait a minute.
I'm not-
Wait a minute.
I'm sorry, LeBron. That's AD.
I was about
Sorry,
to
that's
say
AD.
we
That's
getting because that's just one side of it. The other one gets tricky too.
In
What's
20?
Jimmy
Oh,
Butler? Was Jimmy Butler the
No,
Eastern
it
Conference
wasn't Jimmy Butler. No. That's
No,
what
it was
I'm
not.
myself.
Bam
That's what I'm
or
about.
Gordon?
That's what I'm about for sure.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it was
Yeah,
Bam
that's
Bam.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
thinking
Bam.
it was
It's
Bam.
AD and Bam. Conference Finals
I'm
MVP.
thinking it was Bam Bam. 100%.
Jimmy got the
I'm not-
praise because of the finals performance. Through the East, he wasn't playing like Miami's best player consistently. He wasn't. And that's
Don't
not
forget how good Gordon
Let's
Dragic was
take-
playing.
if we're being honest, Ron, let's cut the shit. Anthony
Yeah,
Davis-
Gordon Dragic was stupid. Tyler Hero was stupid. Everyone was praising Tyler Hero, the
Yeah,
rookie.
they
He
are.
was putting on like 20. Like they were,
Yeah.
Because what happened? Gordon tore his plantar fascia.
yeah, and then
was
he
balling.
couldn't go in the
He was
finals.
balling.
and he
No,
was-
Gordon,
played
Gordon was
against
going
him.
crazy.
I think he was their leading scorer, if I remember correctly.
Yeah,
was-
he
that's what I'm
was.
saying,
He for sure
Y'all,
was.
y'all was so quick to say Bam.
No, it was still Bam's defense, his
He was.
switchability. I mean, we can all
Mhm.
remember the block in games.
Oh, you against Tatum?
Yeah, but so with that
Yeah.
marquee
It
moment,
looked like he broke his
and he
wrist.
was scoring. He
blocking
was
that.
scoring tremendously well. Like,
never
that was a
seen
series
anything
where
like
Bam's mid range was going in.
Mm.
So I mean, yeah, I'll give it
I've
to
never
Bam.
seen it. To be honest with you, Bam Ox, I had never seen any. I didn't know you could do that. You can't take
Yeah.
the ball out the rim. You could do that.
Yeah. He had his hand on it. His hand.
I did not know
Yeah.
you could do that.
Yeah, I'm
He
not
got
gonna lie.
the ball
The
in
fact
the
that
rim.
he
Like,
didn't break
no.
his wrist on that block is crazy.
Yeah, that's what I'm
What
saying.
the
He's
hell?
he's lucky. He's
that?
lucky he didn't get no injury right there. I mean, like, that's what dogs do, though. That's what's up.
So James has 9. Bryant has what? 4.
5.
Bryant has 5.
Steph has 5.
Steph has 5.
Duncan has
4.
3, 05, 07.
03, 05, 07. So he's got 3.
Yeah, he didn't get 13 or 14.
Mm-mm. He's got 3 of them.
He's got 3.
Duncan's
Jason
got
Kidd's
3.
got 2.
Jason
Dirk's
Kidd's
got 2.
Right.
Shaq's got 3.
3 of them.
2000,
No.
2002, 2000. No, 2000,
got
2002. Yeah,
That's
2000,
it.
2002. Yeah.
That's it. He's got 2 of them. Plus, this puts the reason why this is different. The reason why this is different is because now with these names that y'all dudes is talking about, this puts validity on this award.
That's what I was just about
Mhm.
to ask. Is this one of those things now where if this was something introduced in 2000 and it was something that led up till now, would it been taken more seriously? Because I'm saying, and I haven't been saying anything because honestly, for this award, I had the mindset like, all right, bro, I don't care about it. Like whoever
No,
wins it,
no.
I genuinely don't care. But as I'm listening, LeBron will have 9, Kobe have 5, the Spurs big 3 will all have 1 each. Like I'm listening, I'm like, okay, if this is something I grew up with and grew up seeing, I can see it starting to be a little bit different. So I was about to ask, this is one of those things where because it's new, it's in its infancy stage, you're just like, all right, whatever, it's gimmick, it seems gimmicky. But if it's been around for a little bit, it's tenured, a lot of these Hall of Fame top 75 great players have had it, it adds validity to it. Okay.
Yeah,
I
if they
love
got it right, because what I feel like they're doing now is they're trying to give it to like the marquee guys, so that 20 years down the line, you're not going to be like, how did insert random role player win the conference finals MVP this year? He's not good enough to justify that award, and then it makes it lose its validity down the line. So I think they're giving it to the superstars for that reason. But if this award existed in 2000, who's to say they don't give it to Kerry Kittles in 2003? Like, not disrespecting Kerry Kittles. I'm just saying, like, who's to say they don't do that? And then all of a sudden, it's like, we're now in 2024. Kerry Kittles has a conference finals MVP. You expect me to respect that?
We can do that about the finals MVP too. We can run.
Yeah, and that's why a lot
of
of people question its validity. And that's why I'm like, for me, I don't care. I don't care about accolades in general. Finals MVP is one I really don't care about because they begin.
And I know why. I know exactly why you don't care about it, Mars. One, you don't really care about accolades like that. But when guys like Andre Iguodala are winning it, when James and Steph Curry are in the series, it kind of takes away from its luster.
Like if you're getting it wrong,
that.
like if you're like, I'm sorry, if we still think no disrespect to Iggy,
Andre Iguodala was not the Finals MVP.
He played fantastic. I'm not taking away his performance.
He wasn't.
But if you left that series thinking Iguodala was the most valuable player for the Warriors, I'm sorry.
Well, you can't say that. You can't say that after yesterday. Y'all was just running down how Alex Caruso was guarding my guy Ant. And y'all was explaining, which I agree with, explaining how good he was playing defense, although he scored that many points. We got to put that same respect on Andre Iguodala. Andre Iguodala was playing his ass off.
He was.
That's what I said.
That-
I'm not
that's
taking
what I
away
want.
from how I'm not taking away from how well he played, but I think you can acknowledge
deserved
how
that.
great he was and how he was pretty much the second best player for the Warriors without then giving him the awards that Steph Curry clearly deserved.
I
in my
just disagree. I think Andre Iguodala earned that award personally.
I'm not saying he
Fellas,
didn't
we
earn it.
have-
I'm not, because I think two people can earn awards. Steph played well enough to win it. Iguodala played well enough to win it. But there's only one award, and I'm sorry if you think Iguodala deserved it over Steph. I disagree. That's right.
That's cool.
But
That's
Iggy
cool.
played fantastic.
Real quick before you do break this run, I just want to say that I like this award, the Eastern Conference, Western Conference Finals, not only because of the player, but because of the team. A lot of times people don't, will just
forget the conference finals winners who lost.
Yeah,
the finals.
you forget who they were playing against. Like, we're only talking about the team that won the championship. While a lot of times that other team was a great team that people are just gonna forget about. And that's why I like this award too, because we gotta put some respect on Jason Kidd and those Nets. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's the main reason I do like it.
Fellas, we got another Woj bomb. One more. PJ Washington has been traded to Dallas for Grant Williams. I'm assuming there's more to the trade, but
Grant Williams, Seth Curry in a first.
Steph Curry in a first round pick.
Grant Williams,
Seth.
Seth. Yeah.
Oh,
They're bolstering their front court. Dallas might be. I'm not saying contenders.
Okay, Dallas.
They're making good moves. Dallas are making good moves. PJ Washington adds size that Grant Williams didn't have. PJ Washington, a legit 6'9", 6'10", can stretch the floor, can attack off the bounce a little bit off a closeout. Not a liability defensively now, not great, but not a liability defensively. Mobile. You have that with Daniel Gafford and Derek Lively. This is the strongest the Dallas front courts look since they had Porzingis.
I think this is better than that.
This might be the strongest
in terms of depth. Yeah, in terms of depth. Yeah. In terms of depth,
definitely, because you had Porzingis, then you had Maxey,
Boban.
Dwight Powell, Boban. This is definitely the best front court Lucas in a total package. This is definitely the best front court Lucas played with, in my opinion.
I like PJ Washington over there. PJ's a real good look. PJ, he a guy that can go get 20 on any given night. I say he's gonna do it every night, but he's a guy that can fill it up, and he can stretch. He can get his own bucket at times. Like that's a good third piece for him.
Thaddeus Young is in the Spencer Dinwiddie, Dennis Schroder trade. Big news. Thaddeus Young.
I'm really thinking about it right now.
Brooklyn.
Grant Williams, Seth Curry in the first. Torian Prince, Gabe Vincent in the first. Where's the difference?
Oh, we're not doing this again. We good.
Are we serious? Where's the difference? Tell me the difference.
No difference.
What?
Oh man.
A week ago, if I would have said, "Hey man, give me PJ Washington for Torian Prince, Gabe Vincent in the first," I'd have been like, "Oh, here go the Laker fan again."
That deal gets
Here go
that gets
Damo.
that deal done. That deal.
Well, I'm standing now. Here go the Laker fan again, thinking that they deserve the whole world.
I think we deserve the whole world. It really pisses me off seeing trades get passed through like this. But when I say these exact same trades, I get called delusional. Like it is annoying. This is crazy.
Nah,
one thing I hope PJ Washington stay in the house. PJ better be careful out there in Dallas. You know. Yeah, man. PJ better chill.
For real.
Stay in that gym, PJ. Don't go outside.
For real.
What's up with PJ? What did I miss?
Oh, you don't know about
his baby mom? PJ a wild boy too.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. All right, I'm with you. Okay.
Yeah, in Dallas, them is a dime a dozen. All right.
PJ a wild boy, so
you can walk to the gas station and see about 4 or 5 of them. But anyhow, Teddy Hart sending through super chats. Teddy Hart said, "Would it be nice if the NBA retroactively gives away awards to people who played prior to it being implemented? Give Bill Russell his finals MVPs and defensive players of the years. Give Larry and Magic their conference MVPs, etc."
Not the way that works.
That's a horrible idea.
Not at all.
No.
Only unless we go back to 2002
This is unbelievable. No.
And then we just decide what the Kings actually
you ain't gonna get over this, are you? You're gonna take this to your grave.
Never. I'm probably gonna talk about this. This is my.
So 20 years when we on TV in 20 years, we still gonna be talking about in 2002, the Los Angeles Lakers robbed the Kings, and they should have been in.
All I'm saying is, if anybody's getting married, don't let me be your best man, because in my best man speech, I might throw that in there.
You hear him, Ron? You hear him, Ron? This is your man, right?
Did we finish the conference finals MVPs?
We got like 3 years left. We got like 3 years left.
No, he said it was only up. He said it was only up to 21.
Yeah.
Oh, we didn't do 21.
We didn't do 21.
We stopped at 20. Yeah.
We stopped at 20. So 21. Who was in the conference final? That was.
I'm ready to say DeAndre Ayton conference finals MVP. I'm ready to say DeAndre Ayton conference finals MVP.
I was about to say DA. DA was
he
needs
that
playoffs,
and he needs that.
Nobody want to talk. Do we really want to have this conversation?
I'm ready to say,
dude.
I'm ready to say DeAndre Ayton was arguing against the Clippers. He was destroying Ty Lue's smooth ball merchantness.
Yes, he was.
I remember it. He had a game winner in the series, right?
He was defeating all the narratives.
He
was defeating all the narratives that playoff run. I literally thought he turned the corner. I'm like, this is finally the DA that was drafted number 1. I thought it was all about to flourish. And then he turned into DeAndre.
What happened was he got paid. That's what happened. He got paid. That's what happened.
Yeah, but I mean, if DeAndre Ayton has a conference finals MVP on his resume, maybe he's looked a bit differently.
Cedric Maxwell has a finals MVP on his resume. We don't talk about Cedric Maxwell like that. Get the hell out of
it. I mean, maybe we should.
No, we should.
Maybe we don't. Maybe we don't do our due diligence enough. He was a very efficient scorer for his team.
Talk about it.
And in the East, I mean, I know Giannis missed like 2 games in that series. So we ready to give Chris Middleton his powers?
Hey, I'm down to do that. Yes, I am.
Sure he gets it.
Now the Batman allegations look serious.
If Chris Middleton doesn't do what Chris Middleton did, they lose that series. I thought Giannis was done for the playoffs. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I didn't think Giannis was coming back for any games. I thought he was done. That knee injury looked really bad. But Chris Middleton, who had shown that he could do that, because if I'm not mistaken, Mars, the year before that when they played against Miami in the bubble, they were in a dogfight. They were in a dogfight series with them, and I think he went for 45 in Game 4 and an overtime loss.
The game Giannis didn't play. Yep.
He had showed that I can do this. So then, very next year, they get in the conference finals, and they're in a dogfight series. I mean, they're in a dogfight Game 3 and 4. I believe Game 4 and Game 5. Yes. I'm cool with Middleton being.
To be fair, Drew Holiday was stupid in that series too.
He was.
Chitchat, for those reasons you just named are the reasons why I get pissed when I hear people call him Middleton. It pisses me off.
No, he was not. If he doesn't get hurt, that next year, Milwaukee wins the NBA championship again. They win it again. If he doesn't get hurt.
Hey man. That 21 conference finals MVP, I mean, if history shows DeAndre Ayton conference finals MVPs, maybe people aren't looking on it too fondly. I don't know.
I was about to say, Mars does no, because of guys like Bryant and Shaq and James. I don't think that they look at it. I don't think they look down on it because those guys won it. Now, they may say, well, maybe he didn't deserve it, but I still think the validity is still there.
Maybe. I would argue that.
Could Caleb Martin have got it last year?
That's who I had picked.
I think he should have won it.
That's
the same way I think Kevon Looney should have won it in 22.
Talk about it more.
I was like, first year of this award, they are not giving it to anyone besides Steph Curry.
Wait, that was against the Mavericks, right?
Mm-hmm. You mean Kawhi?
That was the way Kevon Looney was getting 20 rebounds.
Yeah, I was about to say Kawhi Olajuwon. That's what they was calling him.
Mm-hmm.
All right, y'all. We got a couple more super chats. Let me start with my man Liv. He said, unrealistic trades I would love to see. Naz Reid to Miami, Obi Toppin to the Nuggets, Mikal Bridges to the Knicks, Matisse to the Bucks. What are some trades you would love to see that's unrealistic?
So Matisse to the Bucks, he is not playing for Doc Rivers again. So we can kill that logic right now. That's why it's unrealistic. Unrealistic trades.
Cade to the Rockets.
Cade to the Rockets.
Free Cade.
No, Bam, come play the power forward for us. That's what I would like to see. Come get with your Kentucky brothers. You know what I'm saying? That's what I would like to see. I was actually pushing for that last year. I was praying for it, but we ended up paying DeMontis. So
Trae Young to San Antonio. I would like to see that.
Is that unrealistic, Damo?
I think so. I don't think San Antonio has enough to offer to get Trae Young unless they're about to give up like 12 picks. I don't know if they'll be able to pull that. If they'll realistically be able to pull that off, maybe, but it feels unrealistic. I think Atlanta would be dumb to move off of Trae Young, personally. But I would say Atlanta, trade to San Antonio. I will also say Amin Thompson to Detroit. That twin connection. I like it. I love it.
Star Thompson to
What you say?
I said Amin Thompson.
Why would you subject him to Detroit instead of
Cade? You want Cade, right? You got to go
Fred VanVleet.
Amin to Detroit, not for Cade. For probably Jaden Ivey. Shout out Jaden Ivey. Put the smackdown on the Kings. And I don't know if y'all talked about. I don't know if y'all talked about how the Kings really try to disrespect Detroit at that game last night.
Showed up yesterday. They really did just show up.
Not even that. Did y'all see what they did in the arena?
No.
Like during the game, they played the interception during the Detroit versus 49ers game that cost them the game. And they played it like in the middle of the game on the Jumbotron, just played it randomly.
It was probably a couple of Niners at the game or something, you know. So
nah, they were trying to disrespect Detroit. They were trying to disrespect Detroit. Jaden Ivey seen it and put 37 on them. I love it. Good stuff, Jaden.
This is the shit I be talking about, Ox. Like, how we gonna take y'all serious? That Detroit come in here in your building and beat y'all? Yo, what y'all doing, man?
I mean, that happens sometimes. Just
no, it doesn't, Big Ox. Don't tell me that it happens.
What happened? You got Minnesota as a contender, and what happened with them in Charlotte?
Royce O'Neale was going to Phoenix.
You go to sleep sometimes.
Like
I said, Chitchat, we aren't contenders yet.
3 second round.
We're not contenders yet. We're just not ready. But
Detroit can't come into your building and beat you.
You can't give up 3 second rounds, bro.
We like Royce O'Neale to Phoenix for 3 second round picks.
You can't give up 3 second round picks, bro. Like,
Dabo can't handle it. I'm
what
telling
is
y'all.
Rob Pelinka doing, bro?
Our boy,
Please do something, please. We just lost Vando. Do something. Make a move. I'm not even asking for something big. Pause. I'm not even asking for something drastic. Just throw 5 second round picks at a role player. Something. Get new blood in the locker room, man. It's crazy.
Blood is hilarious.
Like,
I like Royce for the Suns.
Yeah, that's a good move.
A little bit more defense, shooting, a little wing size, if you will. Can play the 3 or the 4. Not mad at Royce.
He better than Josh Okogie in terms of
Better
what
than
he
him.
brings offensively. Defensively, he's not as good, but offensively, he's like much better. So yeah, he's a good pickup.
I wonder what Phoenix will want for Bobo.
That's the move you want?
It's better than nothing. If we
I
can
don't
give up
think
3
any-
second
I don't
rounders
think anything.
for
I don't think
Bobo,
anything is happening, Damo.
Why
I don't
not?
think y'all do it. I don't think you're doing nothing.
I'm
At
still
this
waiting
point,
for
I don't
Houston
believe
to
him.
get a backup big.
y'all got Steven Adams, didn't y'all?
Next year, help me. Help me. I'm trying to see Jeff Green play the 5 at 50 years old. Like, what's a big, please?
I forgot he was not. I thought he was coming back at some point. I forgot he's done for the year. That is true.
We need a big.
Fellas.
I was praying for K.Olynyk, but it's cool.
We got a bunch of new members, and we still got more super chats that I'm gonna get to, but it's time to show the new members some love. So let me go ahead and run them down. Maria knows best. Tora Dolly, Alan R is a new member. Jaleel West, Masink OG, welcome back to the party. Masink, Goated Triple J was good, or Double J, my bad. Goated Double J, what's good with you, boy? Good to see you again. Also, Player's Choice Dave gifted 10 PC memberships, so it's also 10 other people lurking out there with new memberships. So shout out to you guys who got gifted a membership. Go ahead and like the video, subscribe, and continue to be members in the future.
You know what else would
Eden,
be nice?
what's up? What else would be nice, Jill?
I was just thinking, Big Ox. You know what else would be nice? That would be gifted some merch. You know how dope would that be? If how dope would we be? How dope would we be looking if we had some Players Choice merch on while we was doing our thing? I'm just saying, Big Ox. You know,
Suns got David Roddy as well.
I'm about to say, yeah, I just seen that. David Roddy got there too.
Nice. That's nice.
David Roddy and Royce O'Neale.
Nah, I think David Roddy trash, but I mean, hey, wings are wings. So, yeah.
It was a
They need
3-team
him.
trade.
Yeah, I guess more seconds are going to Memphis or something. I don't know. Because Suns got O'Neale and Roddy and gave up no players. So I mean, I guess
They just traded every second round pick they have. Man, that's crazy.
Suns ain't even got no first round picks.
Y'all got some second round picks?
We got
They
some.
got a bunch. Yeah, you got one, two.
We got something.
Use them.
The Lakers have got 5. The Lakers
Use them. Jay
No,
Crowder went
you
for
ass
5 twos. I just want to put that out there, Damo. Jay Crowder went for 5 twos.
I'm pretty
5
sure
of
you
them.
could get James Wiseman for a second round pick.
I am absolutely positive we can get James Watson for a second round. I'm pretty sure we can get Bobo for 2 second rounds. I know for a fact we can get something if we're trying to trade Gabe Vincent and Christian Wood and 5 second rounds. God forbid. We can get something for that. Like, Pelinka, please.
Do something.
Begging Rob Pelinka is crazy, Damo.
Yo,
Just-
keep it
I'm not
pushing.
asking for a crazy trade. Just give me a role player that just help. Just get a little bit of help. Something.
Let me call Genie for you. I got you, Damo.
What do the Jazz want for Chris Dunn? Like, bro, get 2 seconds for Chris Dunn. Give me that. Give me 2 seconds and go to Brooklyn and ask for Dennis Smith Jr. Just give me a defensive guard. That's all I want. A guard to play defense. I'm
Yeah,
not asking for
all it
anything
took for Fontecchio was Kevin Knox in a second.
That was
Like,
it.
oh
They
my
just
God.
handed him over.
Like,
They
just
just
give
handed
me
him
you
over.
you could legitimately give up just like Hood Shafina and get Chris Dunn easy.
Like, please. Rob,
What is that?
please, man.
What is that?
Please.
What are we doing?
Just take your hands out your pockets. I understand you want a star. Damn stars. Get a guard to play defense.
You already got stars. You got 2 of them. You don't need no more stars. You got 2 of
He
them.
won a championship with just 2. That should be a sign. What is Rob Pelican doing? I'm about to get back on my. I'm about
Rob
to, I'm,
Pelican again? Oh no.
I'm about to relapse. That's what's about to happen. I'm about to relapse. I need to relax before I relapse. That's what's about to happen. Let me stop. All right. Oh, my fault, Ron.
You good. I understand how
I'm gonna
it
get this
goes.
shit out on stream today. I'm over it.
Christopher D.
We just did that one.
Appreciate you, Christopher. Showing you some extra love. Teddy Hart said, my OKC needs Drummond more than any other team does. Side note, Kawhi looks like the Wizards MJ got injected with super soldier serum.
They got packed up last night, though. By the Pelicans.
Definitely got packed up last night.
And that's the
Pelicans
thing.
look nice, too.
I knew that was gonna happen. I bet that on here. The Celtics and the Hawks sold me. I took the over. I took the over 224. They scored 242 points. That's all I needed. It was 2 more points to win $500, man. See, that's why I don't mess with y'all in these parlays. Y'all got me doing parlays, man. Yeah.
You see what Sheldon did?
If only Trey was 10 for 25 instead of 8 for 25.
That's what I'm saying. Trey Young scored 20 points. All I need you to score 23, Trey. If Trey scores 23, I'm going to get my $500 right now.
Yeah, maybe if you didn't hate on him so much, he probably would have did that for you. Tough shit. Keeping it pushing. Alan L said Gordon Hayward has also been in and out the lineup for the past couple years.
Like a decade.
Drink more water. Said, what's up with the uptick in second round draft picks being moved? A lot of these trades in the past few years have involved second round picks. Why is that?
They're very flexible.
And they cheap too.
Yeah, that's it. Very flexible and they're cheap.
Tin Man said, are you going to pay the bail for Bojan Bob?
Is that before he was freed?
This was before he was freed.
See, he already been freed, man.
He good.
Oh,
man.
sure would have paid it if he won his parlay.
Shit. I got bills to pay, Morris.
Classic.
That was perfect timing, though.
Is a new member. Go ahead, Alex.
That was perfect timing because as soon as Alec Burks got traded, I'm like, yo, can we free Bojan now? And then one of y'all broke the news. Was you right, Morris? It's perfect timing.
I'm refreshing Woj. Well, Woj slacking on this on the Suns trades. I had to get it from Sean's. Oh, Woj, he not locked in. He must be taking a lunch break or something.
Nah, they what you call it. You know they take turns dropping bombs.
Nah, that's crazy. I'm not trying to refresh both.
Just turn your noties on for both of them.
Noties? Hell no, we just refresh. I'm too big time for noties. Nah.
Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for them to drop that
Is
Alex
Mars big time in
Caruso.
us, Damo? Is that what he doing?
Oh, for sure,
I mean,
for sure. Nah, no, he's
I
crazy.
guess.
Nah, we good.
Is Mars straight big time in us? Oh my god!
I didn't know you can get too big time to not have to refresh. You can just get notified when it happens. But
Nah, we good.
I
We
feel
good.
it.
We refresh. We
This,
refresh.
that, yeah. I'm just
Nassim
waiting
Perry
for-
said, I was saying a few days ago, to get him to Orlando, they need better shot creation and can hide him defensively.
Darius Garland. Is that who you're talking about?
Assuming
Got it,
it's either him or Bojan, but I'm pretty sure it's
Oh,
Garland.
not there. Nah.
yeah, it's Darius. It's Darius.
Yeah, there's any guards who can shoot and can create for others. Orlando needs to be trying to get for sure. Every single one in the NBA.
Definitely.
Sega said, "Who gives a damn about a Cleveland
I do.
dude?"
I do. I do.
basketball fans,
This is for you. It's true.
I do.
Sega also doubled back and said, "Chill. Seriously, they soft. Mobley is overrated and soft."
No, he is not. No, he is not. He was hurt.
Hey, which one was better, KG or LeBron? Not talking about basketball. I'm talking about when he said,
Yeah.
anything
Anything
is
is possible.
possible. Yeah, that was dope. That was dope. Or Cleveland, this is for you. Which one was better?
KG, man. Because as a Warriors fan back in 2016, I hated him when he said that. Hated him.
KG's was definitely better.
Jamaica's Choice said, "I swear if the Golden State Warriors don't make a Ross Clot trade, I'm
No.
pulling at Mars and switching to OKC and
Oh,
Clippers.
bomba clock.
Trade for a big like Andre or SMTH. Love
Something.
y'all.
Or
Something.
something.
These accents are criminal.
I'm about to say the accent got progressively worse the more you read the sentence.
It got worse and worse.
The longer the sentence went on, the worse the accent got. I'm like, you
I'm
started
sorry,
with no accent and then ended with a horrible one.
You're faking over here. Not Jamaican, but you're faking.
Hey,
sounded
dude
Russian.
said it went from Jamaican to Slovenian quick.
Right. From Jamaican, it went from
That's
Jamaican to
hilarious.
faking. That's what it was.
That's hilarious.
Appreciate you for tapping in, Jamaica's Choice.
Yo, Ron, that definitely got awfully Russian. I
It
was
sounds like Dracula.
Garbage,
blah
right?
blah blah.
My dog Dracula's Choice.
Right.
Appreciate
Blah,
you,
blah,
Dracula's
blah.
Choice. Teddy Hart said it'll have to happen eventually. Chill. LOL. Dynasty is 3 in 5 years, right?
Is it?
Is it? There's a actual definition of a dynasty.
I,
I just
I
went
like
like if it feels like a dynasty, it is one. I didn't know that.
Is it 3 and 5?
I like to think
I mean, it
more.
applies to all the dynasties in NBA history that they won 3 and 5, right? I mean, Russell Celtics, obviously. The Bird Celtics. Bird Celtics wasn't 3 and 5 because 81, 84, 86. That's 3 and 6, right?
3 and 6. Yeah.
They're not that. I consider them a dynasty personally. But
I don't care what
They-
nobody says. The
they-
late '80s Pistons was a dynasty.
and they only won 2, right?
Mm-hmm.
3 straight finals appearances.
They was in the 3 straight finals appearances. They was in the East Finals 5 straight years, just like the Celtics. Like you
That's
just said, Mars, 3 and 6 years. They was in the NBA Finals, 4 times in 7 years, something like that. They was in the finals in 81. They was in the finals in 84. They was in the finals in 85 and 87. Yeah.
New members, JBG3198. Shout out to him. Chris, keep it 100. Shout out to Chris. David Brown. 2 West Coast. Who else we got?
Love the West Coast, by the way.
Random vibe. Facts. West Coast is where it's at. These are all new members.
Leaf trying to get mad because I tried to shed some sunlight on him yesterday. Because this West, we out here out west, we still got
the
the
West
sun out.
Coast. I don't like the West Coast. I love the West Coast. The West Coast is an ex-girl that you don't hate her. When y'all broke up, you don't hate her, but every time you see her, you love to see her. Y'all ain't getting back together, but you love to see her. Like, yo, how you doing, man? What's good with you?
Man, chill. I got ex like that. I'll be still having dreams about her and stuff, waking up like
That's what the
it's crazy. I'll be like, whoa, how
I
the
love
fuck?
you.
What's going
I love
on
the
here?
West
You know?
Coast, man. I'm a big time West Coast fan. I dug it out there, yo. I did.
Music by P. Say, can you guys talk about the Pels and what is a realistic expectation this season? Respect to the panel. So
They can beat. They can if things go right, they can beat a few teams. Now they're not going to go to the finals or anything, but If things go right, they can beat some teams for sure.
Like what, Mars? Like what? Like Zion staying healthy? We can start there. How about that?
If Zion's healthy and they get a matchup like OKC,
OKC's getting packed up.
They will give OKC hell in round one.
I'm trying to tell y'all, OKC's getting packed up either way it goes.
Yeah, I don't think OKC's going far in the playoffs. I'm pretty like I think that's just how it is. But the Pels can, with favorable matchups, maybe the conference finals, maybe if everything goes perfectly.
I'm thinking the semifinals, Mars. I'm thinking the semifinals. That's
right now. Wait, right now they play the Clippers. Okay, right now they get packed up. I don't care if they beat them last night. Right now they do.
They out in round.
They're gonna give the Clippers hell though.
But they've been teetering, Mars. They've been teetering
games.
But they've been teetering around that 5, 6, 7 range. That's where they've been.
Yeah, because that's all close. They're like half a game above the Kings in 7. And
that's
with Dallas making moves, Dallas might climb. The Lakers might be figuring things out if they trade some second round picks. Who knows? So they can really fall anywhere.
They got an hour and a half.
Anywhere from 5 to 8. They can fall anywhere from 5 to 8. They might not make the playoffs, and that's not a knock on them. Like teams behind are knocking on the door. So, but if they run up against OKC, maybe the Timberwolves. Maybe.
I think I like them against the Timberwolves.
They could get out of the first round because I'm a strong believer in Brandon Ingram, and Zion is just a handful to deal with. Like you have to have resources for Zion. Just even if I don't think he's like as good as other people think he is, you have to commit resources to him.
He actually looked good last night. He actually looked good last night in transition, and Jose Alvarado gave him some good minutes too. He gave him some damn good minutes.
Always does. I'm gonna tell you if the Pelicans beat the Pelicans beat us, the Pelicans beat OKC, the Pelicans beat Dallas, and the Pelicans might beat Minnesota too. But the three teams I named, the Sacramento, OKC, and Dallas, Pelicans handled it.
You already, Big Ox, you on record saying that if the playoffs started today and y'all had to see the Pelicans in the first round, you'd be pissed.
I probably won't watch it.
Yeah, I don't think the Kings have anything for the Pelicans.
Yeah, no, I'm for real probably not watching that. We might lose in 5, Chitchat. I'm not watching that.
So you got some serving y'all.
We don't got a chance against the Pelicans. I'm not watching it.
Damo, I promise you, Damo. Rob is on the phone, yo. He is. I promise you, Damo. He is on the. I know you think so. He's on the phone. He is on the phone, Damo. I promise you that. That's going on. He is
Damo,
on the phone.
It's an hour and 28 minutes left. Damo, keep the faith alive, bro.
Yeah, yo, he's on the phone, Damo.
Well, y'all can still sign Bismack and Joe Harris, right?
Look. You go, Damo, blood pressure already up, Ox. You want to give a stroke?
Rudy Gobert.
I like Bismack personally.
The Warriors ain't doing nothing. I don't think the Warriors are doing anything. So
he said Bismack and Joe Harris. Okay.
You want to do something, though, Damo? Don't you?
I'm just trying to be helpful, man. That's all.
Right? You know what? You're right. I just want to do something.
Do something.
On to the next super chat. John Lyon said it's an unprotected first round pick. If it's 7 or lower, it goes to the Spurs. If it's 6 or higher, the Toronto Raptors keep it.
Okay, yeah, okay, makes sense. Also, Bismack Biyombo is coming to Houston. We picking him up. If we don't trade for a big, we get him Bismack. Hopefully, yeah, we need anyone, please. I'm begging.
Your Highness Charles said, breaking news. After 15 years of long service, Your Majesty Charles has been traded from the Nets fan base to the Toronto Raptors. Been a hell of a run.
Damn.
He said, Charles notes that the Brooklyn Nets' intentions to build around Mikal Bridges rather than rebuilding with the Rockets picks as the final draw.
Exactly. See, a Nets fan is saying he should have made the trade out offwards. I'm telling you. Nets fans with a brain understands. They should have took the trade. They should have took it. They said
building around Mikal Bridges is crazy. I like Mikal Bridges. Don't get me wrong. I like Mikal Bridges a lot, but I'm not staking my franchise on building around him. He is a piece that you build with.
The worst thing that could have happened for the Nets is Mikal averaging 27 or whatever he did when he got traded there. Because now they seem to believe he's a franchise player. And unfortunately, he's not. Which is nothing wrong with not being a franchise guy. I mean, there's not many of them.
Dennis Smith was not in that trade. He's not.
Yeah, I haven't seen anything that says Dennis Smith is in that trade.
Yeah.
Like, from what
but they said initially he was in the trade, but he wasn't. He was accidentally.
Well, the picture says he is.
Yeah, he's not in that trade. He was not.
So this is without Dennis Smith.
That's without Dennis Smith. He is not in that trade.
So Spencer Dinwiddie for Dennis Schroeder.
It's Spencer Dinwiddie and Thaddeus Young.
Okay.
Well, yeah, Thaddeus Young from Toronto going to. Yeah, I think they just gave up Dinwiddie. I don't know if Dinwiddie stays in Toronto. I don't care, to be honest.
All right, moving along. Prince Ali Rogers said, PJ coming down here with all these thick baddies, bro, is cooked. I got a very direct source that says Hardaway Jr. be shooting at his teammate's girl.
Dallas got some attractive ladies.
Oh,
Do they?
I don't know. I've only heard Charles Barkley talk about San Antonio, so I don't know about other.
And he tripping with
San
that too.
San Antonio's hundreds of miles away from Dallas.
I know Texas is a big state, but that's the only place in Texas I've heard.
But but just like Ron said, he tripping with that too. They're everywhere. Mars. They're everywhere. It's Texas. This the great state of Texas.
I mean, yes, they're big, Mars, but then it's also ones that are big in all the right places.
Mm-hmm. And don't get me started on El Paso. I know we're not talking about El Paso, but since we having this conversation,
we
anyway,
talk about all of Texas,
except for Lubbock. Except for Lubbock
on Texas.
Damo, he's on the phone. Damo, I promise you, he's doing something. Damo, stay with me, fam.
Someone's DMing Rob Pelican right now.
He's on the phone with that. He can't talk to you right now, Damo, because he's busy. He can't talk to you right now, Damo, because he's on the phone. He's working. He's trying to make something happen, Damo.
Screenshot that,
I promise you that. He is working, Damo. He's trying to make something happen.
He's on the phone right now to Chicago about Caruso. He calling them right now.
Them twos
Caruso's
that you're talking
to
about,
Miami. That's done.
Them twos that you're talking about, he's trying to move those. Now, of course, he can't get a star for him, but he is trying to move them, though. He is.
I ain't gonna lie. I would go with the bits and say I am actively in his DMs. Nah, I just got notified that I hit partner on Twitch, so I was just bringing up the application. My fault.
Oh, what's up, bro? Congratulations.
My bad.
Shout out, Damo. Hold on, I'm getting a bunch of things that are saying Pat Bev to the Bucks.
I don't know who said it. Woj has not said it. Shams has not said it.
That's where I'm at, Mars. Until I hear from Woj, it's not official.
Yeah, so I'm gonna keep refreshing until I see it from them.
I'm about to say, yeah, I'm literally just waiting for the noti. I don't even my thumb start hurting after refreshing for so long. Yeah, I'm not seeing nothing like that. Y'all become like someone in the chat earlier was saying, yo, Dennis Smith Jr. is also going to Toronto. Where did you see that at? Who told you?
It was because of the
apparently Pat Bev himself said it. So I mean,
oh my god,
I can't argue against the source.
Pat Bev.
Oh yeah. It 4 minutes ago, breaking Pat Bev to the Bucks. Unless the pod is
that's good. That's good for Milwaukee. That's real good for Milwaukee.
Is that the wing? Is that the perimeter defender they needed?
That's
exactly I think Pat Bev and Dame. I think Pat Bev and Dame might end up boxing, but I mean, still a good move though.
There's no way you guys have notifications for Pat Bev. Like,
who dropped? Oh wait, Pat Bev himself said he's getting traded.
Yeah.
Oh, so it still hasn't been dropped by.
It hasn't been dropped by Woj, but I mean, that
Woj deleted a tweet. Don't know. Okay.
Oh yeah, there we go. Woj just dropped it 17 seconds ago. The Sixers are trading Pat Bev to the Bucks. Okay, there we go. It's official. Mm-hmm.
For who?
It doesn't say yet from Woj. It doesn't.
Woj just dropped it. Yeah,
Pat Bev pod was 3 minutes before Woj, so at least the Sixers called Pat Bev first.
Is Marjan in that trade?
Sources tell ESPN. Nigga, the source is Pat Bev. What are we talking about?
So it should have just said Pat Bev tells ESPN.
They can't give Pat Bev credit.
Oh, campaign in the second round pick. Campaign in the second round pick.
That is amazing. That's amazing. Let's do it. That is amazing.
Damo, today's a good day, bro. You got an hour and 20 minutes left. You just got partner on Twitch. Damo, be happy, bro. Be happy.
We just sat here. We just sat here
on the Bucks. I'm gonna be honest. I do like.
We sat here at some point this week. I think it was this week. We just sat here and said, "Oh yeah, for the Bucks to get any kind of defender, they gotta come off Marjan and whatever young asset they got. Who could they possibly trade? Campaign in a second. It's all it took.
But Damo,
in a second.
But when we were talking about the Damo, we didn't. I don't think we even mentioned Pat Bev though. We were talking about Matisse, Alex Caruso, Bruce Brown, Herb Jones, and Jonathan Isaac. Right? Yeah, that's what we were talking about. I mean,
but
I'm pretty sure if we would have thought about Pat Bev, you know,
Bev does play defense. Like they need defense. Pat Bev play defense.
They're still not better than the
And he's
Knicks.
not as bad on offense as everybody act like he is.
I don't know why they act like that, Ron.
Well, I mean,
Pat Bev's not a negative on offense, Morris.
oh, do people? I don't know what people say about. I've never really had conversations about Pat Bev's offense, other than when me and Dell had to talk about Caruso and Pat Bev. I remember that conversation. Other than that,
That was a funny conversation.
Yo, man, hey, what type of chair y'all got? I need a new chair. I ain't gonna lie, man. So I'm gonna have to start standing up. This ain't no good for my back. I can't do this no more.
that's just old age, man. That's just old age.
It could be that, but I need something. I gotta get one of them desks that lift up though, so I could just stand up and work out while we're doing this.
I don't think. Why don't you just set it up the way you had it set up when you battle ticket?
But without the script.
The script was fire.
I was a fan of the script, but people weren't, man. That was script.
Maybe if it would have been anybody else but ticket, maybe you would have been able to get that.
Oh no, you know how that goes.
So are the Bucks now the favorites in the East with the Pat Bev trade?
No, hell no.
But they got a defender next to Dame.
No, not. There's a difference between having a defender and the defender, and Pat Beverley is not the defender. No,
How many defensive teams Pat Bev made?
2 or 3, I think.
How many Caruso?
I thought it was 4.
How many Caruso made?
How many? One. He's only made one.
Okay.
Mars, are you really trying to? Are you? No. Mars, you
said 6'5", 6'6", right?
Ox, don't do this. Ox,
like
this dude told us. This dude told us. Ox, this dude told us not too long ago that he was going to stop with the trolling. He said that. Mars,
all I'm saying is they've got an all-league defender for campaigning a second-round pick. That's all I'm saying. I mean, when's the last time Pat Bev made an all-league defensive team? Maybe 6 years ago, but he made it. So,
all right, y'all. I personally think Pat Bev is a good upgrade, but if y'all don't think so, that's all right. We'll see you guys in the conference finals. Winner said, I'm pretty sure PJ just got married. Also, Damo, I feel for you, but just have hope the Lakers will make a team.
2019-20 in the bubble year, Mars, is when the last time.
Visual defense? Yeah. So he's made it in this decade? Oh my, yeah. Hey, just as many as Caruso in this decade? Interesting.
Are y'all telling me that PJ getting married is going to make him stop chasing BBLs and stuff like that? I highly doubt it.
Maybe.
I hope so.
DSG.
Hey, Ron, I got to bounce, brother. I got to bounce, brother.
Leaving us on the trade deadline. That's crazy.
Hey, I will see you dudes tomorrow. We will get back to it, but I got to bounce. I will see you dudes tomorrow. Out.
All right, hey, open gyms after this, Mars. So y'all get the last hour. Y'all get the last hour to trade deadline.
Yeah, we get the Lakers trades. Yep.
That's crazy. That's crazy.
That's actually heat. So Mars, you guys can get the Lakers trade, the Rockets trade, a Caruso trade.
We getting everything. Yeah. Okay. So if you wanna be here for every trade, we're gonna be there for sure. Mm-hmm.
Do y'all remember when we ended the show and then 15 minutes later,
and then Dame got traded?
Oh, was it Dame or Curry?
It was Dame to the Bucks, right? Yeah, and then we had to go live. Right.
Yeah, we had to jump right back on.
What other channel doing that for you guys?
Nobody.
That's why you should buy the merch. PlayerChoiceMerch.com. Yeah.
What he said.
Doing Ron's job for him. It's crazy.
Matter of fact, say it again, Mars.
That's why you should buy the merch. PlayersChoiceMerch.com. Also, follow us on playback.tv. The link is in the description. If anyone doesn't know, because I see a guy asking in the chat, Playback is an app where you can watch NBA games live with us if you have an NBA League Pass subscription. And if you don't, 20 of you, if you join on time, get it for free. So all you have to do, click the link in the description. It will bring you to the Players Choice room. Join. And then you'll be there for the game tonight with Jalen and Bama, which I believe is the Knicks versus the Mavericks. So a very good game.
Two teams that just made monster trades. Like,
don't
what
be.
else you want to see?
Question: do y'all not record the playback rooms at all?
Nice. It's first come, first serve basis, man. If you there, you there. If you there, you there. You got to be there live.
No, I hear you. Shot in the dark. Why not record it and drop it as exclusive membership content?
Hey, Shaq, you're in the chat. Me and Dom are doing your job for you, sir.
So you're doing my job and Shaq's job.
I need a raise, man. I need a raise. Oh, gosh.
And the Damo in the chat, in the chat, they said in the chat that Harry Giles just got waived.
Damn. The Nets freeing up a roster spot for what?
Maybe the Lakers signed Harry Giles.
That was a highly talented high school prospect. You got Cam Reddish.
Maybe Mikal Bridges is on the move and they're freeing up roster spots so they can take a couple extra contracts from, I don't know, Mars. You might have pitched him.
Shaq said they get copyright strike even if it's a member only content. That's why.
No, don't put the. Oh,
that's what he said. Hey,
no. I see it. I'm okay.
If you, definitely watch on playback unless you want to be a bozo and keep watching those other commentators like Reggie Miller. Like, do you really want to watch the game with Reggie Miller? No, you don't.
Man, y'all pull up and come check out our playback today. Nothing more needs to be said. Y'all know what time it is. 7:15 Eastern time. Knicks, Mavericks, pull up. DSG Piccolo also said, I'm convinced the Bucks aren't getting anyone. So many point of attack guys they could have gotten. Bucks fool's gold, like Chill says, sadly. Dame is cooked.
Ron, you should have read.
Send another super chat about how you feel about the Pat Bev trade. Buddy.
Not anymore, DSG.
He a Portland fan. He just saw his team. Killian got waived? Killian Hayes? No! Oh, no!
No way.
Killian Hayes!
He really did get waived.
He's not getting another job. He's done.
That's crazy. He might get signed to the Lakers.
There's no way they waived him. Who can I call the worst player in the league now?
Mike Muscala.
Oh, wow. They actually did waive him. Oh, man.
Poor
It's a
Killian.
sad day.
Hope you find another job soon, Killian. I hope it's in a better place.
For what it's worth, I know Monty Williams was fighting for him, man. Oh, damn.
Reliable Rants
Sorry, go ahead.
said, no move really makes sense for the Lakers right now. Rob's probably going to make a move just to do it, but it doesn't look pretty right now. You agree, Damo? There you go, Reliable.
In other news,
So would you take Killian Hayes on the Lakers?
I would take any point guard that could play defense on the Lakers right now. So
Killian
yes,
Hayes,
at this moment, yes, I would take Killian Hayes on the Lakers right now.
Hey,
I'm not
come on, Killian. If I found out he goes back to France, I would be so triggered.
Well, don't you guys don't sleep on the fact that Candace Parker just resigned to the Aces.
Facts.
The best CP3 in basketball.
Oh, got you. Okay.
DSG Piccolo said, I want to retract my previous statement about the Bucks making a trade. Don't know if it moves the needle, but it's a start.
W Piccolo, W. I can't believe, I'm not going to lie, I'm shell-shocked.
About Killian?
That's sad news, man.
He a young fella. He'll be all right. Might be a journeyman. I think he'll probably play a couple more years in the NBA at least, but he's still got a lot of time to get better.
You think someone else picking him up?
Why would the Wizards not give him opportunity? Why would the Blazers not give him an opportunity?
Why would the Wizards give him an opportunity? They already have guards. What's the point?
I mean, every team got guards, but I mean,
if the Wizards are willing to pick up Killian Hayes and give him an opportunity, you have Johnny Davis on the end of your bench. Give him an opportunity.
I don't know. You meant to come back to?
Did you hear the news? Did you hear the news?
What did I
miss?
miss?
The sad news, the tragic news.
What happened?
Killian Hayes got waived.
Oh no, I'm sorry, brother. I'm sorry, brother. And you know why he got waived? Because nobody wouldn't take him as trade bait. Nobody. So they had no choice but to cut him. That's what happened. So that's why he got cut. Yes, that's why he got cut.
A negative asset at 22.
That's why he got cut.
We're getting super chats saying that
come on,
the Lakers
stay with
aren't
me,
going to
brother.
do anything.
Come on,
So,
Damo.
Pip-
Stay with me, brother. Stay with me,
Pip
brother.
Flickback
Rob is
said-
on the phone, Damo. He is on the phone, Damo. I promise you.
He's just that's just a negotiation tactic, so people can't try and fleece them. He's like, hey, look, we're not that desperate to make a trade. If you ain't willing to play ball, we're not gonna force anything, and it's gonna make teams lower their asking price. That's what that is. That's high IQ. Good work.
Breaking. Shams just said the Lakers standing pat. Lieben Glued said Chris Haynes just announced the Lakers will stand pat. And then Savian S said Chris Haynes reported the Lakers aren't making any moves. Ouch.
It's just a negotiation tactic. The same way they said the Nets were rejecting 2 first-round picks for Dorian Finney-Smith and rejecting picks for Mikal Bridges. Just negotiations. That's all it is.
This is why LeBron ain't gonna resign next year. Because this how you do LeBron? This is crazy.
Maybe LeBron's trying to beat the allegations that he trades his whole team every year.
He don't care about that. It's too late for that.
it.
It's too late for that. He's been doing it for 25 years. He might as well keep on doing it.
Nah, he a changed man.
Damo,
Well,
you don't
he's
always
gonna
have
be
to
a
do
changed man when
something.
he
This is
missed
the
the
same crew
playoffs.
that you had that was in the Western Conference Championship last year. You won the NBA championship. Okay, Torian Prince is new. Okay, Christian Wood is new. But in terms of the core, in terms of the crew, I mean, in terms of the core, Rui's still there. AD still there. James still there. D'Lo still there. Austin Reeves is still there.
Vanderbilt
is still there.
Darvingham. But he gonna be back. He gonna be back.
Is he gonna be back? Because
Yeah,
he was out at the beginning. He was out at the beginning of the season because of injury. He comes back. He gets injured again for long term. And this year he regressed offensively. I don't think Vando is a viable option, at least for this season. All I'm asking for, last year we had a guard who was not a straight cone on defense. Dennis Schroeder's defense wasn't horrible. He was a competent defender. He was a capable defender as a guard. That's all I'm asking for. I just want a guard defender. There's no guard defenders on the team right now. The only guard defender we had was Cam Reddish, and he's hurt. I just want a guard to play defense. That's it. I'm not asking for DeJounte Murray. I think Chris Dunn, Dennis Smith Jr., or even Killian Hayes. Just give me a damn guard to play defense. That is it. That's all I'm doing. A star? We don't gotta trade half the team. My camera's blurry now. Wallahi. I just need one guy to play defense. And you're telling me, no, we're gonna stand pat. Fire everybody. Get them all out of there. Everybody needs to be fired.
I'm expecting a Killian Hayes news soon. I'm expecting. I believe in it.
Brooklyn cut. I think Detroit just cut Joe Harris, so that might be good for you.
That's what I'm saying.
They cut. Okay. They clearing house. Okay.
If they sign Biz, Joe, and Killian,
Bismack off limits. He can't use. But everyone else, yeah. Joe Harris is shooter.
Brax said I was in Detroit and a fool stole my porch. I'm shaking my head.
They do steal porches in Detroit. That is crazy. I've seen that. They steal porches. Like that's a real thing.
They will take the door. They will take the door off your house.
So what? You steal a porch and just attach it to your house?
You sell it.
Yes, Mars. Let's go.
Somebody else who got their porch stolen.
Mars, that's weird.
Speaking of selling something, Damo. What are you guys selling in Los Angeles? Or are you buying anything? Are you guys doing anything? Oh my God! Look, come on, Damo.
He might be more depressed than me right now. That's crazy.
The trade deadline. The trade deadline is not over. Okay. Rob said that they standing pat. They're gonna stick with the crew that they got. You still got the buy. You still got the buyout market. You still have that. So let's not leave that out. You still got the buyout market, and there's still some viable options there. Love it. Love it. Anyway, Ron, because I'm trying to boost my man's spirits over here, because it's not that bad, Joe. It's not.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
It could be worse. It could be. I seen worse last year. It could be worse, but it's that bad when I'm watching all these players get tossed around for Zuzus and Wham-Whams, and we can't even throw a second-round pick to get a defensive guard.
The same thing that you said. The exact same thing that you said a month ago or 2 months ago. Buddy Hield goes for Marcus Morris and what's his name? Korkmaz?
Korkmaz.
Yep.
Korkmaz, and a 2, or was it a 1?
A 2.
A 2. Does that get it done in Los Angeles for Gabe Vincent?
Because we're the Lakers. Because we're the Lakers, no. But if we were the Clippers, sure. It's not even.
Nah, but Gabe Vincent's on a 3-year contract. That's the problem. If he was on a 1 year, maybe. But he on a 3-year contract. That's the problem.
I'm not trying.
What expirings do the Lakers have that are valuable?
Isn't Taurean Prince on expiring?
But you need him.
No, we don't.
No.
Well, depending on who we trying to trade for. I don't know. At this point, I don't.
You need him.
We don't need nobody. Blow all this shit up. Blow it all up. I'm done.
You already said everybody's fired. You already said everybody is fired.
Fire? No. I mean, trade everybody. Get on the phone. Fire sell. Not fire sell. Sell AD and LeBron. Start over. We got to chip out.
Damo, just move the franchise to San Diego. Like San Diego Lakers.
No. Move the Clippers to San Diego. But just pack this shit up. I'm done. I'm done watching this show. This show's boring. I'm over it.
This show or the Lake Show?
The Lake Show. I'm sorry.
Oh, all right.
Blow it up. Blow it up, man. Blow it up.
All right. Cool.
Trade everybody.
If you don't think that this show's boring, like the
Reed.
video. Go ahead and like the video. Dre from 216 said, "Let me get up here. I got some nice words for Jalen."
Damn, what did Jalen say about Detroit?
Oh boy.
I wonder what Killian Hayes gonna say about Detroit now that they released him.
When I got here, he was comparing Motown music to Detroit.
Oh yeah, Jalen just been hating all day. Crazy.
DSG Piccolo said, "Lakers staying pat to try to get a star in the summer with 3 first-round picks available is crazy. They really think they're getting D Mitch, don't they?"
But imagine they do get him.
And then it's gonna be D Mitch, Bron, AD, and a cluster mess of 1-year deals of vets that don't fit. I already know what's about to happen. I can see the writing on the wall with that already. It'd be a terrible idea.
That's a super team.
No, the only big is gonna be AD. We about to replicate the Warriors. It's about to be nothing but Anthony Davis and a bunch of 6'8" guys. This is bad.
Next super chat from B True 23 said, "Kelly looks like a prime buyout candidate."
He does.
I think that's the case.
Possibly. Yeah.
I could get with that.
I'll tell you, I'm still trying to get him in Houston. Still,
Kelly would be a good look for a lot of teams.
He only on the books. He only on the books for $12 million, Ron, and it's already half the season's over with. So that's $6 million. They'll eat it.
I don't think you think the Raptors gonna buy him out?
I don't know.
What's he there for? Why is he there?
I don't know what Toronto's doing. Maybe they're trying to bottom out and make that pick come back to them if it's a top 6 pick. So maybe
Right.
I don't know what the direction is, to be honest.
I like Kelly a lot in Golden State. I think if Golden State can get him, yeah.
Oh, Watanabe going to Memphis.
Oh, so he's part of David Roddy trade, I assume.
Yeah, he was a part of that trade.
Okay.
Rich to Raw said, "Free Rio."
Free who?
Rio. Leaf Diggy said, "Dennis Smith Jr. and Dinwiddie for Thad and Schroeder, whatever."
No, you still got Dennis Smith. You still got.
I'm gonna say, did they say Dennis Smith Jr.? Why am I missing?
No. They didn't.
Pimp named Slickback said, "PJ Washington traded to Dallas." Breaking news.
Yep. Good trade.
Jamaica's Choice said, "Ronald, did you ever read the other super chats?"
Hey, Ron, I'm telling you right now, Ron, them Jamaican dudes, I keep telling you, they're going to come looking for you, okay? They're going to come looking for you, and you're going to have a real problem, B. You better chill out on them Jamaican dudes, yo.
Check it out. Y'all come see me if y'all want to.
See?
All right? Hey, look, I'm in Montana. Come and see me.
I'm trying to tell you, you don't want no smoke with them dudes, yo.
Yeah. Y'all come find me. I'm in Montana.
This dude,
I'll drop my address to you.
Dudes. I'm trying to tell you, you don't want no trouble with them dudes. Not them dudes.
Leaf Diggy said, "You can get lined up in Dallas for sure, PJ. Be careful." Pip named Slickback said, "The Nets now own the Suns' first and second rounders." Check out the Nets.
Yeah, I think
your first rounders.
I think they only got 1 second round to play with now. Phoenix does.
Yeah, they have. If KD leaves and like Bill leaves, they're so cooked.
They would have to trade those guys. Like they can't. There's no reality where they let them walk. If they see anything get rocky or anything, like that, they're trading them immediately. They have no future.
KD, if I'm not mistaken, KD on the books for 3 more years. Beal on the books for 3 more years, and Book on the books for 3 more years.
So they secure.
They secure for 1.5 years. I feel like they got this season. They got half of next season if everything starts off great. If it starts off rocky halfway through next season, they might hit the panic button.
Lieben Glued said, Damo, you want PJ Tucker?
For a second round pick? Why not? Why not? For a second round? Please. Can't draft no way. Lincoln sucks.
Nasheem Perry said, I meant Cam Thomas, but Garland can work as well in Orlando.
Oh, okay.
All right, fellas. It was a great show. It's still an hour left on the trade deadline. So if you're tapped in, you trying to figure out what's the last minute moves that are going to be made, you might want to jump over to Open Gym with this guy right here, and he'll break the news to you. And it'll be another guy over there that may break the news, or he may do whatever else he does best. But we will catch you guys tomorrow. We'll grade all the trades that happened today. We'll talk about all the winners and losers from trade deadline, and we'll talk about a couple other things too.
Call your mother, yo. Call your mother.